What happened to what? Okay, everything decided to die. Okay. Well, it's just I don't know. That makes sense. Do that. I was just like my screen decided to I the last time I actually got this stream to start working at the time it was scheduled, YouTube has graced us with things. Let me look at what's going on. I'm sorry to hear that, Vegeta. I hope things get better for you. I hope things feel better for you. Getting better is a little different when people are already gone. Hey, what's going on? I don't know how long I'm going tonight. I do not um people got there were no ads turned on yet. Like I've literally come on YouTube, don't give people ads. Hey Larissa, hey Adam, number I can't say without going pew, 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 pew. I don't have. Hey Elizabeth, your last name looks very familiar to someone I went to college with. Hey Patrick, hey Spot. Vamp, did I say hi? I don't know who I hit, who I didn't. Look, I'm gonna be honest. Let me shoot you straight on this one. I figured out how to get Resident Evil 2 remake going with the City of the Dead mod on every computer but the gaming PC that's in this office right now. So as a backup, you might see me bring a laptop in here or another computer just to sit down and look very uncomfortable because I'm just going to hook the thing up and we're going to play the mod off of something else and forget that it had to come to that. So because I am a sore loser on not being able to figure things out, and also because I'm short on time and blah, 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 blah. Hey, Jessica Price. We are going to, hey, Jessica Gamer. We are going to just hop over to Resident Evil 4, which might already still have the Berserker mod in it, but we're just going to just skip over that too. We're just going to skip over a lot of things. Welcome back to the family, Kevin. Thank you so much. Now, hey, Anakin. Now, if it sounds annoying on your side, currently what I have at my disposal that I'm using, what's the Valkyrie mod? It's a mod that completely changes how you play Ada section. Just like if you check my channel, you'll see in a playlist, there's the Berserker mod. It completely changes Leon and how you play it. In fact, you must have separate ways installed because you actually play some of Ada's stuff with Ada's mechanics and Ada's fights. It's really crazy. But I'm gonna just practice. Yeah, I even put the exclamation point command practice in there. The exclamation point command O2 still in there. Listen, if this were the first stream I ever showed up to of mine, I would probably leave it myself. Not because I don't want to check out what's going on, because I can't imagine what you guys are hearing, but there's no chance that every few seconds you're not hearing this ridiculous, egregious, like I'm taking a sniff or something. That's not what's happening. It's the daggum. Forgive me, for I have sinned. I have found out the hard way there is a difference between a portable oxygen concentrator that does not, even if you think it has continuous oxygen when plugged in, there's a big difference between that and a continuous oxygen concentrator. And one of them makes it sound like you're a Darth Vader ripoff trying to make a comm system so everyone else has to sound as screwed up as your voice sounds like, and that you have a sinus infection, like all at the same time. All those things covered. You down to an interaction, JP? I understand that. My son's sick. I gotta take him to the doctor tomorrow. My son is not going to the doctor tomorrow. To school tomorrow. He's going to the doctor. I already made an executive decision. I've been in the desert waiting to train, sleeping in the. Yay! Get ready and wait. Oh yeah. Yeah. Just make a home and like find your stead inside of it. I don't think there's a term for that, but just. There should be a term for when you like you find a place that you can make your where you can wait, almost like the term like when you're steading, which is being there and like you got to kind of make it a home because they just stick you there and expect you to wait. I wish there was a term that covered that. Good luck. You hear it slightly, but it's not bad. It's driving me crazy, and I have it on a lower. I have it on a 2 out of 5. So, I might sound like someone right now. I don't feel like I sound like myself right now, but that's fine. We're gonna let's just get right into it. We're just gonna get into it because I don't know how long I'm going. Let me remember how to make Ada move. And the best way to make sure that you remember how Ada moves is to. By the way, does it still say? Okay, I took off. I did take off Berserker mode. I was like, does it still say? Okay. The best way to see how Ada still moves is to either play her or to play with her. Because you see that was not, there is no reason for that. There is no need for that. What is that? What is that? Who is that for? Some developer really badly. Like, I don't support the idea of hookers, but Jesus Christ. And what's with my controller, actually? My controller's screwed. I just figured out my controller's actually doing more of it. Anyway. So maybe I should plug my controller in and out. Yeah, it vibrated. Does it work again now? It was trying to make me like zoom out over and over. Yeah. Okay, yeah. What? How is that needed? Oh, wait, I can play voice.
You don't seem surprised.
Okay, anyway. So yeah, to get used to how Ada's mechanics work, you can either do that or do that. You know what always surprises me, though, is that Hunnigan is fully modeled. With her clothes all wavy and everything, and she never stands up, and you only see her at, like, the end. And it's the same Hunnigan model, I think, in Resident Evil 2. Hunnigan's model is in Resident Evil 2? Am I stupid? Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe... No, Hunnigan's only in Resident Evil 4. Why am I thinking Resident Evil 2? Whose model am I thinking that looks so close? It doesn't matter. She's got her face outlined like Jill Valentine, so it doesn't... Maybe I'm thinking... Anyway, let's go back. I'm just playing around. I don't have a goal other than to be like, I have to try to remember. Of course, if I do something like that... I mean, I'm playing it... it's to remind myself how to play. I swear I tried to get Resident Evil 2 off the ground working. No, I've never... No one's ever compared me to whoever you're talking about. That's not... Oops. That's quit photo mode, yes. Okay, skip. I have the wrong button commands on.
And here we...
It's... Can I have the button icons that will... Thank you. The ones that will make... Wait, which ones are... This one is for this one. Because I'm using a...
This way.
Okay.
Is it close?
Not exactly. But it's safe.
No, Amber, no deal. You know the terms.
We're good. We're good.
Okay.
What did it anyway?
This is me...
I don't know. Yet.
This is me desperately trying to see... One, if the random air compressor into my nose actually will let me stream. Because I want to drop kick this thing across 3, if not 4 counties. And remember, I live in Georgia. Counties are huge here. They're sizable. They're sizable enough that it means something. Hey, Chloe, what's going on?
We've got company. They're looking for us.
Once again, I love Ada's new voice actress. I freaking... Okay, fight time. But it's on hard, so I should try my best to not get hit a single time. I should try my best to use... How do I use... Wait, I forgot. How do I use my knife again? Oh, that way. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Don't worry about me. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I got this. I got this. Hold on. She's got stamina. I'm gonna tell you right now. Been doing a lot of work on a treadmill. She makes like running in circles look easy. No, I don't want that. Bad touch. Oh, oh, oh. Hey, what you doing next? Hey there, miss. I knew. Who's my little guy? Okay. I just spam B until it works. Why is it giving me the oh, I had to reset everything to try to get Resident Evil 2 to working. That was me. I actually sniffled that time. I want to make that clear. Yeah, when I haven't played I remember that sentiment. I think someone just said that they love seeing me get used to a game after I haven't played in a while. Remember that sentiment when I pick up Project Zomboid and get invested in that. How much everyone in my chat will die. I will kill every single one of you with zero remorse. I will not. I will feel nothing. I will name it like I'm reading names. And I'm just seeing like Chloe, Kelsey. I've killed you a few times over. Chloe, I don't know if I've killed you yet. I've never had boba, but I got the Final Fantasy 14 special for as if I had boba. I've killed a fire or something, but I don't know if it was a duck. Oh, hey, thank you.
To buy one child, please.
Uh-oh. I have wrapped copies of Diablo 4 PS4 and Spider-Man 2 PS5. Would you like either of them to play here? Oh, Diablo 4, yes. Yes, please. I would love to play Diablo 4. I don't have money to buy new stuff right now. But hopefully, can someone remind me when Dead Rising Remake comes out? Because, I'm working on trying to get actually an early release copy of that, but I've been kind of dealing with a lot of sick people and a lot of bad things. So I forgot to follow up with the company that might actually be able to get it to me early. Does anyone remember? Everyone hashtags me. Thank you. September 18th? I got 8 days still. Oh, I was supposed to submit everything to them 2 days ago. It's fine. It's fine. Maybe I can still get an early copy so I can play it.
My eyes. What's it? This is all in my head.
This is all in your head until they hurt you. Then it's... Oh, it's not. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Which one of you needs Visine? You're the real one. You're a real one. Yeah, I can't. People love seeing. Oh. People love seeing me relearn a game. Right to the point is Project Zomboid, and I want to kill them. And trust me, if you're here right now, you're not above being murdered in Project Zomboid. Experimented on. I actually do not purposefully kill anyone in Project Zomboid. Which one of you have? Okay, you do. I do not purposefully kill anyone in Project Zomboid. It's just an unfortunate side effect. Hey, how it? Dodge and weave. Dodge and weave. Where is the red eye? Oh, what's up? You know what? Yeah. Actually, the one that do it opposite this time. See if you can get the other one opened up. I was giving it to you that way so it would stay open for school. Try it the other way around. Blue Mocha 90, what's going on? Just say hi, Howen. Hey, Patrick, what's going on? Maru, Anakin. I don't know if I missed people. Bruce, what's going on? Red Eyes, reveal yourself. I'm not going for record seal. I'm going to. I was literally saying I'm going to try to not get smacked while smacking things. I literally just thought, what? Why you gotta be like that? As I'm saying what I'm trying to do. Oh, there's another one coming the other way probably. This isn't good. I gotta get better than this. This is hard to sort. Okay. There you are. But that I didn't like how well I did there, but that's fine. This is supposed to be me being all cash. Wait.
And stay gone.
He's not gonna stay gone. Spoiler. He won't stay gone. I will get hurt. Wait, can I go through this? Can I go back here right now? Oh, I can. All right, that's cool. Hey, BB, what's going on? Didn't get notified. It's fine. Thank you, Vamp. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 5 gifted. Bruce, Rambo, Fukuyo, Jaws, and Latoya. Hey, Latoya, you got your shield back. That's some welcome back to the family. That's a what? I think 1 welcome, 2 welcomes to the family. Welcome and welcome back to the family. Look, if your shield is wooden, it gets stronger over time. Protect yourself, protect the family. Welcome back to some people who've had shields before. Latoya will be hi. If I didn't say hi, I'm sorry. I said hi. Now, as a poll, honestly, if it's not getting annoying, I'm about to turn it up to another setting. It's about to get possibly annoying. I am the dude with the leaf blower right now. Outside, that's what it sounds like in the office. Sounds like I decided to just go grab a leaf blower and I was just like, you know what, this will do. How are my lungs? Ask me again in like 4 weeks. Hopefully ask me again in like 2 weeks and I tell you, oh, okay. I mean, I don't want to talk too much about it, but quick bad news, I guess. Quick good news is that I'm better than I was 2 weeks ago. Quick bad news is that I'm stuck right now with a portable oxygen concentrator that I thought, oh, I came back here, that I thought plugged in did continuous oxygen and it doesn't. So I made a lot of plans around the idea that this unit could actually do continuous oxygen for sleeping and for physical therapy and pulse ox to have a longer battery life and be portable. And this stupid thing
Wrong way.
it sounds awful and is infinitely making me feel ugh. Astrobot, like the VR game? Well, we'll see. I don't want to say anything more than that because I'm already having a few different... Oh my god, why do I keep trying to take pictures of her? Get out of photo mode. I'm trying to just skip the scene. I'm trying not to think about it too much. So I'm going to just leave it at that because I'm just trying not to think about it too much. So I should probably not talk about it because that'll make me think about it. Hello? Okay, I get that if I had taken my time, I would have found the sniper rifle the first time I played this. With that said, to every single person who incessantly in my comments was just like, oh, you done screwed up, you didn't get a thing. What is wrong with you type deal?
Stick
it's always surprising that people don't have like the self-awareness to realize that when
That
you
looks
see me
dangerous.
play a game for the first
Better
time,
tread carefully.
I'm literally playing for the first time and I'm having fun. So I'm not always going through the game like you're going through the game. And so many people being like, "Oh, you missed out on something," like whatever. I
I
don't
wonder what that is.
care. I mean, I care that if you guys are entertained or not, because it's part of my job. But I just don't care about spoilers of things I would have missed, because especially if it's a game I think I'm gonna play again.
Your mission. The hammer.
I just don't.
Nothing else matters.
I wish people would just not comment on things like
Bring it
that,
to me.
because I'll probably find it eventually.
Understood. But maybe a little sightseeing first.
Yeah, people having self-awareness is very rare. It's this weird thing. Oh, where people actually realize what they're saying could possibly have any kind of effect on another person that they're saying it to, and so then they don't. Where'd that come from? Oh, hi. Hello. It's a very weird concept, I know, but it's the internet. Am I right? High five. Anyway. Truth be told, though, I'm actually already searching for the snipperiffle again because I've already forgotten how it goes. They made a full-fledged Astro's Playroom game. I need to play Poppy's Playtime if we're talking about play. Oh, I'm definitely not a speedrunner. Did someone say I was a speed? Hey, True Winter One, what's going on? Oh, I don't want to be a part of speedrunning tournaments. I'm not a speedrunner. You know, that is something that gets brought up so often for all three of the guys posted of me saying I'm not a speedrunner. I don't. It doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't bring me any joy. It actually makes me not want to touch games. I mean, it's not to make other people like, oh yeah, well their hobby. Oh, there it is. It's not to say that their hobby's like somehow intrinsically bad. It's just I don't find any joy whatsoever in speedrunning. It doesn't make me feel accomplished. It doesn't make me feel like I did a great thing. It
This'll do
doesn't
nicely.
make me want to come and play the game more. It doesn't do anything.
Things are heating
So
up. I'll need to disable the catapults.
speedrunning has always been a weird thing. No. 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 No, don't hurt her. No. First save. Also, someone went back in the video just to comment, yeah, the game's really hard if you don't get the red 9. I freaking hate the red 9. People are just the worst sometimes. I love how some people's subjective opinions become facts because they said it. It's wonderful. It's also called the internet. I should be used to it. My career is made on it. No. Die. Reload. Die. Reload. Die. Reload. Die. Reload. Die. Reload. Die. Reload. No, come on. Come on, bro. I heard you. They call it something. They call it gumption. Who are you? Yeah, I like the Blacktail in the remake so far, and I guess the Punisher in some circumstances. I never really liked the Punisher. No, 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 no. Ah! Ah! No. Bye. Now I've got a Jason. Is that Jason Mraz? I got a Jason Mraz song stuck in my head because of that. Because of when you play the fool now. Is that Jason Mraz? You're only fooling everyone else. Someone please tell me if that's I've got a song stuck in my head now. Help. Oh, that song for a friend, Jason Mraz. I got it. That song for a friend, Jason Mraz. Okay, on the album A to Z, right? Yes, cool. Oh boy. I do not like getting songs stuck in my head, not knowing where they come from. Is he the guy that's saying I'm yours? Oh God. Don't ask too much of my brain. Rise up for the top. Oh God, I don't. Okay. Is he the guy that's saying I'm yours? Hey Vicky, what's going on? Yeah, I want the trophy, but I'm grinding on it. Nothing else. It is being frustrating, and I give up probably why Mercenaries, but it's not fun for me either. Mercenaries, I just have to like pick it up, and I have to take it for what it is, and like give it breaks. I gotta get room to breathe. Yeah, he's the one that does it. Cool, thank you. I wasn't gonna. Oh, hi. Don't do that, please. Hi, bye. I'm sorry. What? Okay, hold on. What if we were to load the game and try that again? No, we're gonna keep going. Okay, what if I were to accidentally, quote unquote, get killed? Stop what you're doing. Rethink your choices. No, don't need to load. No, don't run away. He's running away like he's really trying to go off and get that milk from around the store and his cigarettes, but they don't sell them at the gas station around the corner because they don't have his menthols in. I'm fully unashamed that I used my time-honored cheat code to get my big brother to do it for Mercenaries Mode. Look here. I got, for those who don't have siblings, let me give you the 411 on this one. Here's what having his siblings like. That's older than you, because I'm assuming this is what is being talked about. Here's what is that resolution? What that wasn't even what that was a very gross resolution, and that's why it didn't look good. Why is the frame rate at 120? Okay, why is everything wrong? It just decided to blow a lot of everything into my face. I don't understand what I did to the game. All my settings have been reverted to something else for all this. I'm sure it's fine. For anyone else who doesn't know what it's like to have an older sibling and having to be like, can you do it for me? You know why that cheat code doesn't count as a cheat code? Because how many times did the same older sibling go, no, just give it to me, after they got tired of watching you play it? See, it is a two-lane street. The same sibling sits there and watches you play a part and finally goes, just do it. No, go. Just, what? No, not that one. No. Just, would you, that's why you died. Just, if you just go around do the left, right there, kill that. No, kill, just let me do it. Okay, yeah, when that's your sibling and then you can't beat a part of the game, it is now their God-given responsibility to beat it for you because they insisted on backseat gaming you into the ground, and now they gotta pony up. That's my view on it. Like that's exactly how that goes. What was it? Or with Grim, he asked me to do it. Okay, well, child is different. Grim, get over here. Let me tell you to not make your mom do it for you. Mom, don't enable him being a tell him to get good, and like just slide a note under his door one day that's like GIT space GUD, like heart, like yeah. What was I saying? When the youngest of three boys, so many games that I beat when I was younger because of my oldest brother. Yep. Yeah. Tell your son to get good. Spyro, yeah. Oh God, I got to hear in the background of what it sounds like for someone to be bad at a platformer. And you know what it sounds like? You know what it sounds like? Attempt again. Attempt again. Oh, it sounds like they're doing decent. That's a falling sound as they die on a platformer. So, like, part of me understands the older sibling mentality, but still, I've been subjected to it. I can't get behind it completely. I've been subjected to it. Whoever says I haven't tried Cold War Zombies, anyone who's watched the channel, I haven't tried Cold War Zombies. I've tried a lot of zombies. In fact, I think I've played Cold War Zombies quite a lot. Just not in this stream or right now. You haven't beaten Mario? Oh God. Doop. Would you stumble? Oh, I got a booty knife. Boot knife. This is it. I mean, am I wrong? Am I the crazy one? Yeah, I've played Cold War Zombies a lot when it came out. A lot. I've usually the thing is this, since I've done so many live streams, people don't realize I've done way more than they probably think. Ow! He just I'm trying to find where any items could be. I don't remember any items. I'm staying too long in one place. Blah, blah, blah. I know. I don't remember any items. Don't make me load the cannon. Don't make me load the cannon. Oh, where did you go? Oh, you were right on my tail a second ago. Oh, he was right on my tail. I have done vids on Cold War Zombies. In fact, I played it like marathon that thing, wanting to play it. And in one of the zombies games, I mean, one of the Cold War games in zombies mode, I've even had people be able to like earn stuff, get stuff, blah blah blah. Did something for someone. Hey, what's going on? Hi. Yeah, I've done live streams of it. Sure. Okay, I don't think there's any other items I can find. I think I just need to move on with my life. Can I shoot any of you though? Like, do you guys have to keep doing that? I need to take down with the cannon. I don't remember how any of this goes. I know always helped me get with games when I didn't answer. Well, my dad, okay, my biological father could have helped with video games. He would have had to.
That did the trick.
Have lived in the same state as me to do that. My adopted dad, that's actually my dad, that I went and picked up from rehab today. My dad got back from rehab today, which was a fiasco. If it's not, no. Where'd you guys come from? No. No. If it's not an old NES game, like, oh God, what's that? There's a platform, Solstice. Solstice and Faxanadu and other games. If it's not that, my dad's not. He can't help me. Yeah, I picked my dad up at a rehab today. Oh crap! Whoa, what was that kick? She's a little extra. Yeah, she's extra. She's extra. Yeah, my dad's out of rehab. It was a pain. I never again want to have to deal with a subacute rehab center ever. Acute rehab center, I dealt with a really great one last time my dad had surgery less than a year ago. This place, oh my dad. Not only did they not have their everything together, it's so bad that I watched somebody resign as I got my dad away from it while they tried to make us pay for the last 2 days out of pocket because they didn't have their stuff together. I watched someone resign. How bad does it have to be? And he was like, you worked so hard to get me there. I didn't want to like say anything. I was like, you should have told me. I could have gotten him transferred, but he's like, you worked so hard to make sure I was all right. I didn't want to say anything, and I feel bad. I mean, I did work hard to get him there. I would have worked really hard to get him out of there. Yeah, it was just. I will be one of their 1-star reviews, but I'm gonna give a whole write-up. I'm gonna be that person. I'm gonna give them just the worst review, but I'm gonna give them every detail. They had my mom and I calling a voicemail box of somebody who quit or was let go. I think they even said while I was there, they were let go a month and a half ago. So the person we kept being told of, like, oh, leave a voicemail here, they'll get back to you. This is who you talk to. Had left the rehab facility as coordinator of discharge and everything a month and a half before. The person who tried to come out and say that I still owe money for like my dad's treatment and everything all that time after had a hard time explaining how I would owe money and all that jazz. When we followed all instructions, but she had to admit that she had no ability to get into the voicemail box that we had been patched through to over and over. Uh-oh. Oh, I think I got hit. She's hit. If she dies, she dies. It's the price we pay. The cannon will block the shots for sure. I've got a cannon between me and them.
Nothing personal.
The reason I got into gaming was my brother. What's the disorder where your eyes act independently of each other? I always called it iguana eyes, and so I forgot. I don't remember the disorder where your eyes act independently of each other and that you need actually training for them to act together. I always just call it, he's like, you got iguana eyes. Like, that's, I don't know, whatever. If you decide to Google and you find that my brother had that and the doctor prescribed that we should have a Nintendo, and do you say stigma? No. Astigmatism. Is a stigmatism different? Is there such thing as a stigmatism as opposed to an astigmatism? My brain has always wondered that one. Yeah, I don't remember what it's called. Because I have an astigmatism. I didn't have to. Yeah, the doctor was just like, oh yeah, a Nintendo, I guess. So, and then he watches because Mario jump on the screen. So that's why I ever got into games, because my brother needed it. We're poor, but apparently my mom found a way to scrounge up a Nintendo. And then after, like, we get it, of course, since it's for my brother, he gets to play everything first. So I'm sitting there going, So, and that's how it lasted for eternity. My brain is not coming up with what the term actually should be. Yeah, stigmatism is normalized. Yeah. A or abnormal. A before it usually means bad. No, it wasn't a lazy eye. God, am I gonna have to look this up really quickly? In my original ever video of saying hi, welcome to the channel that I've long since taken down. Wow, now I'm sad. The voice actor James Earl Jones for Darth Vader died today. Why, when I open a new tab, did I need to be depressed? Are you kidding? Okay, well, you know, I was just looking out to look something really, something completely different, but that's fine. I can be, no. Oh, hypertropia. No. It's not that. So the thing is I'd have to look. Hypertropia is the ability to have the misalignment. Yeah, that deviation. Okay, misalignment eye is causing one eye to deviate inward, so known as esotropia. Outward exotropia. Exo. Okay. No. The thing is that yes, that's really close. All of those are deviations while the other eye is mostly staying the same, right? From my understanding of that one, if I remember. Yeah, those are misaligned eyes. No. My brother's problem was that I can never remember. I have written down somewhere. Was that they acted independently completely. One did not have to stay forward at all. One didn't have to stay focused on anything. It was a problem that was deteriorating his eyesight. I'm coming back to YouTube chat so I can see you guys. It was deteriorating his eyesight, but it didn't. Yeah, it's no, it's not strabismus or however it's pronounced. It's not that. Convergence, I don't remember. Oh, don't worry. I don't want to make a list. I have to look something up right now because I guarantee off the top of my head that she doesn't know the term. That's not something that you just learn for being a nerd. Like, hey, we're gonna go over the idea that your eyes are not gonna be pointed the same way and you're gonna look goofy as hell. No. That's not one. That's not in your coursework.
So he wants me to retrieve the
yeah, his problem was is not a common one because most of the time what people are bringing up is yes, a divergence, lazy eye, whatever you want to call it. One eye can actually go one direction while the other one stays. It makes a weakening, loss of focus. What are you beeping at me for? His issue was that the eyes acted independently of each other. One didn't go while the other one stayed. They both went wherever, and his brain independently was controlling them. And the problem is that it ruins your depth perception, and it will ruin your eyesight over time. So if it's not caught early, your brain independently, just why I call it iguana eyes, as the way that it independently controls each eye. So if my brother's attention got caught in both directions, the difference between what you guys are talking about with the strabismus or however it's pronounced, I need to know what emphasis is on what syllable for that. Forgot it. Doesn't matter. That is categorically the idea that one eye, like there is a weakening of the eye muscle and one eye is just going off, being able to. One eye is staying strong, with the other one staying weak, and it shows itself by SOXO, you know, the different movements it can make. What I'm talking about is the eye muscles are strong, and they weaken because instead of working together for depth perception and to focus on things, they independently, if something caught my brother's eyes on his left and right side, he instinctively, when he was young, his left eye would shoot to the left and his right eye would shoot to the right, and his brain actually interpreted what he was seeing. The problem is the human brain isn't meant to actually interpret signals like that. We're just not meant to, over the longevity of how our brain develops, we're not meant to interpret that signal. So as our brain develops as we're younger, if your eyes are acting independently, what happens is that your brain, as it's trying to process the outside world, tries to believe that the problem is in the mechanism, the eye, and it puts strain on the eye muscles. And so while what you guys are talking about is the idea of that it's a weakening of an eye muscle, this is actually two eye muscles that are perfectly strong, perfectly fine. It's the brain that's actually got an issue going on that you have to do training to get over, because it will weaken the eye muscles because they work differently. And the more you try to make them converge for depth perception, the more that your eyes will kind of fight it. And it's, yeah, everyone keeps saying that term. It's not that one. That's the wrong one. It's not strabismus. That's why I can never remember it unless I go and look at that video. Yeah, I've seen like 4 of those now. It's not that one. So I don't know how to ever describe it other than, hey, Angel, what's going on? Other than that was his disorder, and that's what I had to used to go deal with. So I called it iguana eyes. Nathan had iguana eyes, and the doctor was like, if we don't do something now with therapy, it'll get worse. He won't be able to see. And my mom was like, what do we do? And they said Nintendo. They're like, well, one of the things you can do is if his eyes both have one fixed point, because most objects are in motion. So if you think about a lot of therapies that would be there in the late 80s, early 90s, you can see where the problem is. A lot of therapies for that now are fixed points. So one of the therapies you can use for that, they don't encourage it anymore. There's different there. One of the therapies they can do is actually the opposite of for those of you who have seen sports, training your peripheral vision. You go up to a blank wall, there's a projector, and the projector can sense when there's a disturbance or a break. For the cheapest units that I've ever found, where there's a break between where the light that's being made and projected is in your hand when you go to touch a wall. And it projects lights randomly around where you're supposed to focus on the center, and to train your peripheral vision to be better so you can more easily catch something that's coming to the side of, because it takes training. Rods and cones aren't just equally distributed everywhere, that you have to tap on a wall as fast as possible or try to identify. You're not identifying the colors, you're just tapping. The opposite's done for what my brother's going through, where there would be a point, and then when something pops up, he is supposed to look at it and then touch it. Look at the next thing and touch it. And he's not supposed to move his head, so his focus point is usually his head. Sometimes they have a strap and everything to stay, and their goal is to be able to move both eyes to something. Only one thing to focus on is the blank wall. Touch it. Keep doing that over and over, and that's one of many steps that you can take to try to fix what my brother had. The doctor instead said, get him a Nintendo. Mario's on the center of the screen. He has to watch the plumber jump. So we ended up getting a Nintendo. I guess they didn't have a lot of studies out about the addictiveness of video games, because no doctor in the right mind would ever, they might. I say ever, and my next thought is they might still. Yeah. So the problem with my brother's eyes, and it's literally the first video I have on this channel, but it's hidden. I used to have it shown to people because it's me talking about my family, including when I was married, so my ex, and too many people couldn't get it through their thick skulls that we shouldn't, like, if I keep that video up, let's not make it sound like it's a joke that I'm talking, like, let's not keep calling it cute and all this other stuff, and I had to hide it. It's like, yeah, I'd love for people to see for posterity's sake how the channel started, but it's a lot of painful memories. We shouldn't sit there and be like, oh, that's funny and cute and everything like that. It's like, it is what it is. But was the eye thing permanent, or was it tension was caught? When he was younger, it was a thing that would have been permanent had he not done something to fix it. His brain, the reason it's different from strabismus, what you guys are bringing up, is that you're bringing up the idea of lazy eye and weak muscle. So there's the idea of one muscle strong, one muscle is weak, and so one muscle can control one eye to go somewhere, the other one doesn't have to follow. Stronger eye, weaker eye, that type of deal. Extropia is one type of strabismus. Extropia, estropia, up, down, left, right, BA, left, start. You Konami code that shit. The disorder my brother had, which once again I'll just look it up some other time. It's literally in a video I did a long time ago. It's not weakening of muscles or anything like that. So like you guys are describing like extropia, estropia is those are types of strabismus. No, his brain believed his eyes were working as intended. It was actually a neurological problem. But because his brain believed his eyes were working as intended, one, no depth perception. Second, his eyes would go wacky everywhere to concentrate on things. The third part of it being that because because the neurological problem was telling him that his brain is working properly, your body takes it as it's a physiological problem, and the physical part of it will try to correct itself by straining the eye, by straining the eye muscles, by trying to focus on something one eye at a time when it's not supposed to. Over time, yes, as you mature, you won't be able to interpret the images you're seeing nearly as easily. So it turns into a disorder. It turns into a disorder where like the person ends up being usually with untreated legally blind. My brother did end up being legally blind, but it wasn't for lack of trying. But since the brain believes that it's sending the correct signals and it's the mechanical eye that's the problem, it puts strain on the eye. So you have to retrain the mechanism during which time you're retraining the actual the brain. The training is not for your eye, it's for your brain to understand that's not how it works. So yeah, that's a different disorder. Does that explanation in a nutshell is exactly why I usually just don't bother with terminology when I do stuff. I went off and talked about that for way too long. I don't bother. I just say it's iguana eyes. My brother has iguana eyes. Yeah, we got a Nintendo. That's how I got into gaming. That should have been the whole story. I should have been able to do that in like 2 seconds. Oops. But my brain was like, no, we can explain this. My brain betrays? My brain betrays me way too often. Come on. My brain betrays me. Wov. Woo wov. Yeah, I know I mean chameleon. I was a little kid when I started saying iguana eyes. I was like 4 or 5. I was trying to keep it straight in my head. I tried to have that explained to my 4 or 5-year-old self. 4? And I said iguana, something like that. It's like, yeah, it's whatever. This isn't old. This is younger me coming up with how to make sense of what's going on with my brother. This is not trust. This is not older me being like iguana. This is younger me that made all this stuff. I am, you know, I would say I'm a changed man, but the biggest difference is that I'm a man. I'd say that's probably the biggest difference between then and now. Well, that didn't go the way I wanted. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Stop peeping at me. I'm a grown man. No, stop, 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 stop. His crotch ain't looking so good. Things you don't want to hear Ada say to you. Your crotch ain't looking so good. Yes! No! 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 I might have died. I have to turn up this. I'm starting to feel very claustrophobic. We're about to get into the levels of this thing is about to start sounding ridiculous, and I'm sorry. If I have to turn this up one more notch, the stream is ending. Because it only goes up to a 5. Hey, noodle that was good for one night. Hey, Duncan Arts. I'm glad the guys helped you out. Stacy, you do know that your noodle status. We've had a snag. I don't know if you heard about it. Did you hear that? I heard the news today, oh boy. Stacy's good noodle status died that day. Why is Stacy not a good noodle? The screenshots say so. Listen, I'm not one for taking screen captures and then using them as blackmail for the rest of the time that I know somebody, but I took screenshots and I'm using them as blackmail for the rest of the time that Stacy's around. I mean, that's not really who I am, but it's who I'm choosing to be right now when it comes to Stacy the good noodle and that Halo. She knew what she was getting into. She knew she got 1 day's reprieve of being able to be good noodle again. Okay. I think I was good noodle a lot longer for what I remember. Hey, we all have really wonky memories. I mean, psychology is a soft science. It's hard to keep up with how those things work. You know how it goes, right? Why do I have so much money already? Oh, that's not a lot of money. Never mind. Hey, can you guys come to this gate? No, don't have your feels be Hershey's. Don't make me feel bad for calling it out. No. No. I'm not supposed to feel bad for calling it out. We all know it's true. No, Stacy, no. We had an agreement last stream. We all knew the status of the noodle. No, don't try to say Hertzies. That's what I meant to do last time. Hey, where's she throwing stuff from? You agree? What do you mean you agreed to nothing? You know the rules, and so do I. About your good noodle status. Where's she got the mom? Where are you keeping them? You live like that? Why would somebody who's on fire pick up another Molotov being like, this is the one that will work? No, chat. Make Stacy feel like a good noodle. Everyone come together and protect Stacy. I see all, but other people don't have to have seen as much, and therefore give her all the good noodle hugs. Other people can come forward and comfort the noodle. Try to attest to its goodness. Isn't there a thing in the air? Isn't there a person in the air? Is that a duck? Oh, this isn't about a we love Stacy. This is not me not. This is not a love question. This is a question of noodle and the goodness, and if that noodle can make the shape of a halo without it being supported by horns. This noodle is al dente. That is what no man ever said when they saw the physics on Ada in this game. No. No. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Stacy can change to be a good noodle again? We can all change. The only constant in life is change. Hi. I'm getting used to this game again. Could you stand still? Thank you. I really suck at this game right now. I was just controlling Resident Evil 2 Remake. Now I'm controlling this. No, 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 no. Stacy, give the goodness. Give it to everyone else. Just, God. Why is the first thing that came into my head is, but I'm not into pegging, so I can't receive. But you can give it. You always get butt clenching as I watching me play. Oh yeah, that's what I like to hear. I want to make sure that when people booty cheeks go clap, that your neighbors hear it. Stacy, listen. I'm not claiming to be something I didn't ever say that I. You won't see me wearing a halo as an emoji for more than just the ironic 2 seconds before someone smacks that down and uses it as a hula hoop. Like it. Hey, Mike. Oh, Mike immediately with the assist over there. Nope.
I'm seeing quite the crowd here. I wonder what has them so riled up.
The president's daughter. Undoubtedly.
Couldn't have picked a worse time.
I missed killing the crows. I was counting on it. I was counting crows. Hey, Ferris is open world. What's going on? Wait, I said that during Nier Automata? Oh, that doesn't count then. Listen, 2B was right there if I said that. I know the limits of me being good. My limit is pretty low. Listen. We can't hold anything I said during Nier Automata. I went between... Today's the last day Gushers are on sale. No, 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 no! Today is Monday. Sales change tomorrow, thank God. I don't have money to get Gushers, but at least the possibility is there. Gushers are buy one, get one. Today's Monday, not Tuesday. I have lost all track of days. Yeah, Gushers, they've been on my mind. I was thinking about them earlier, and then I realized they're still going to be on sale tomorrow. I'll still be poor tomorrow, but they'll still be on sale tomorrow. So you see, like, the dichotomy. There's a whole back and forth there. Now you want some? Oh yeah, no. I mentioned Gushers so everyone can suffer with me. Gushers. I believe Gushers are vegetarian. I believe they're vegan as well. I'm not sure on that one. I believe you can have whatever you can fit them in wherever. Wherever you want to fit a Gusher is up to you. At my local grocery store, until we fall backwards and we're in actual, the clocks change again. I think when we fall back, the sales change on Wednesday night. So Thursday.
Buy one child, please.
Hold on. $5 only because Gushers are my favorite. Listen. Ooh. Thank you, Stacy. Also, really quick, just gonna put this in the chat. Don't worry about it. It's just a little poll. There is a correct answer, and if you give the wrong answer, you are wrong, subjectively speaking, but also objectively. Best Gusher flavor. Best Gusher flavor. I'm gonna put let's say mixed. Let's say some people pick through and try to get the orange ones. There's the tropical. They sell them in packs of strawberry. Okay, I can only have those 4. So there is the correct answer is in here. It's in the chat now. Start poll. Gushers is spelled with a apostrophe S. Best Gushers flavor. There we go. But I mean, just try not to be objectively wrong. The best that you can. Oh my God! Whoops! I forgot that screen was still up. I still have that screen up on the... My poll screen is still up on this screen. Whoops. I forgot about that. I forgot that I actually could cover up the... Yeah, look at that. Vote undefined? What do you mean? You just click a button. What do you mean vote undefined, you stupid thing? Okay, poll, get off the screen. No one cares about you. There is a correct answer to that. It's tropical is mixed. It's got a bunch of them in there. It's got a bunch of different ones. It's finicky. Tropical and strawberry are the ones that are sold on shelves the most. Orange used to be sold for a short while, and then there's a mixed one, and mixed berry, mixed whatever. Strawberry is the quintessential red one that usually comes in the tropical pack. Hey, Jeffrey, what's going on? As I am British, I'm a guest. No, there's still a right and wrong answer even if you're British. According to Google, the vegan, that's what I thought. I thought my son had already looked that up. Unless we were talking about my extreme sour ones, and those are mine. What extreme sour is good? No, you had to have had a Gusher. Gushers are the best. Really, you guys just grab the tropical pack off the shelf? Usually, tropical is the one that's in the stores the most. It's the one that's just sitting there, being eat me. It calls to people. Also, if you get the mixed pack of the 6-pack, usually it's 3 tropical, 3 strawberry. That's what I see the most common now. Of course, I don't go to places like Target, so I could be an uneducated pleb about the different ways in which I could receive my Gushers. But I do go to a Publix where shopping is a pleasure. And also, there's buy one, get ones. Tropical is there because it isn't the best, so it's the last to get picked like dodgeball. Thank you. It Tropical, because there's always got to be the one that you have to save to the end, right? Hey, Undertow, what's going on? There's always the one you got to save for the end. And with Tropical, which one do you even save for the end? You see the mix half mix, mixed half and half mixed. All I ever see is that mixed half and half mixed. If I describe myself as mixed half, half mixed, is that the same? What? What do you mean? I can't even get through a game when there are going to be people. There are people in here that will say travesties like tropical usually includes pineapple. It doesn't for Gushers, which is objectively the best flavor of anything. Thank you, Mike Graham. Patrick. Patrick, if I had the money, I'd pay your deductible over saying something like that. Because you need... No. I'd pay the deductible. Do people really like pineapple as a favorite? Oh, you tripped, dude. He has a point. When you run with a knife, you have a point, but that doesn't make it right.
This isn't the way to the church.
Pineapple is the best. It has enzymes that break down your taste buds, so it's actively eating you while you eat it. Yeah, and you know what else does that? If the bar has 69s on it, that also eats you while you eat it. No, don't heart pineapple over there. I'm trying to foster a community that we have to rally together for something. I love pineapples. I will devour a pineapple. Grapes are actually my favorite fruit, but I will devour a pineapple. Is there anything right here? Uh-oh. For trying to find if something's there, I paid for my hubris. Hey, Shadow. Then again, you are talking to somebody who...
Why am I not surprised? So kind of you to keep our friends busy.
I'll end this because...
See if we can find another route to the church.
Because there's a lot of people in here who are just... I mean, we've got a few people in here that are just delusional. I don't know what to really do about that. That's tropical and strawberry are tied. The correct answer is strawberry. Nurse Alyssa, that's a good. Okay. Cherry can sometimes come off as medicinal. Yeah, but when we're talking about Gushers, I don't want to pop a cherry. Okay, so we gotta... There is a right and wrong answer to this question, too. No. Strawberry is the correct answer. Your taste buds are wrong. Strawberry is the correct answer. Hold on. Pineapple. This is. Yeah, I have to ask this one. I mean, if we're gonna ask the other one, this question. Pineapple on pizza?
Looks promising.
If people like pineapple so much, then I should hear those same people. I should hear the same people talking about pineapple, talking about putting it on the pizza. Pineapple on pizza. I better see all those same people coming through for me because I do like pineapple on pizza. All those same people better be right now showing up and hitting yes in the chat that pineapple belongs on pizza. I don't know how much more I got left in me. No, don't say please no. No, please. No. No, not please no. Like please no. Like take that back. That sounds like you're somehow saying please no as in please no pineapple on your pizza. When the correct answer is always going to be the pineapple on your pizza. Hi. Ooh, I'm thumping around a little bit because I'm hurt. So my scope is unstable. Live unsteady. I like pineapple, I like pizza. Yeah, then you should be putting your pineapple on your pizza. Hey, True and what's going on? I've had pineapple ring on my ham. I always cook baked hams in an oven with pineapple to keep the juices in. There are two things that you should always keep flowing: the juices and the spices. One of those I hear is like my eyes might glow blue if I talk. Uh-oh. She is not doing the best. So I don't want to keep this microphone too close right now, but there, I said I'd give people an update video. You hear how loud this shit is? It's blowing all this air up my nose. Where's my constant air? It's driving me crazy. I have to keep it close. Just bear with me for a second. I don't want my son having to deal with any more than what's on his plate.
We chose violence.
Oh God!
You guys were right here. You're participants.
Wait, what happened?
You didn't stop me. I can't. My brain. I did it the other way. I did it the other way. Oh. Get it. Fuck you. Fuck off. Suck my left nut. Suck it. Make me come a second time. Suck the right one. Get my juices. It's not my baby. It's not my baby. You should have spit. It's not always about the idea of quitting. Suck it hard. Ah. Hate that puzzle.
I have been watching your streams of a while, and I really enjoy listening to your analyses on things. I feel like I always learn things when I watch your streams.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that so incredibly much. Also, you know how there are some things. You know how there are some things that you will show your children one day and some things that you will never show them? Everyone hashtag name deleted over there. That's one of the things I will never show my child. Thank you so, I really appreciate that, especially with what I was literally about to whisper to everyone, because my son really doesn't need to overhear this because I haven't made the update video yet. So I was going to tell people who are here as a quick update. Yeah, my dad's back from rehab, but my ex-father-in-law and like the guy that I respect from my ex's side of the family is like basically dead. I don't know how long a person can actually live without their pulse ox and a oxygen level below 70%. But he has a DNR and he's home and he's already beaten all the odds. Really thought he was going to be gone a few days ago, and my son is kind of devastated. So if I'm not here this weekend, I'm really quite possibly at a funeral since I was invited to be there. So there's that. I don't want to say that too loud. That's got to be part of the update though. So like, I just want people to know that like if that comes up, my son was in tears big time, and I didn't want to say anything like louder, but like people are asking like what's going on. I can't answer that question in that part. Other than that, I just hate that this nasal thing is happening over and over. He has stage 4 cancer that spread to his pancreas a while ago. You don't survive pancreatic cancer very long. He actually has cancer that spread to his whole body, and yeah, he was withdrawn from the hospital, AMA, to go die at home. I'm surprised he's still alive. That happened a week ago. He's a DKA patient, 72 hours max usually on patients that you can't get him at DKA, diabetic ketoacidosis. Anyway, I don't want to say any of that loud enough that my son can hear because he's already in tears like every 5 seconds. But we might be at a funeral this weekend, so that might be in the update. I don't know. It feels weird talking about that. All you have to say is pizza and you have me. Don't make it weird by restricting toppings. Thank you. Yeah, don't make it weird. No, he's gonna hurt me. Yeah. No! I'm dead! Oh, don't do it to Ada. No, everyone, avert your eyes. Oh, she can't avert her eyes. I ran straight into it. I was busy doing another thing and I ran straight into it. Thank you, Name Delete. Thank you, Jeffrey. You get a child for that. I died. Oh. Hold on. I have to be completely biased and not let opinions be fair. Pineapple on pizza? Says yes. Says yes. The vote is yes. My community agrees. I gave a fair vote. You had a fair chance. Pineapple belongs on pizza. So says the Dark Legion community, Darkness Legion, whatever I'm gonna rename my channel to, so that I stop getting flagged for the idea that dark could be racist or whatnot. I'm just saying, we voted. It was fair. Pineapples belong on pizzas.
This way looks promising.
At least you can't pineapple shame me. That's what my community says. No pineapple shaming here for pizzas. No pineapple shaming. Thank you, Jeffrey. Wait. Where did the sound effect go? Wait, did I miss it? Where was the sound effect? Where was your child? Wait, does that not have the child? Where did your child? Did anyone else hear a sound effect? I didn't hear a sound effect. Oh crap. Oh, that's not the one that gives.
I got 1. I got 3. Can I get a 5? Can I get a 5? 5 in the fishnets. 5 in the fishnets. Can I get a 5 in the fishnets? Can I get a 5 in the fishnets?
That was the most delayed.
I didn't think I'd ever say ever. Can I mention ever again?
That was delayed. That was okay. That's Whiplash. And also, Super Chest, I forgot, is 5 in the fishnets. That was delayed. I am completely thrown off. And thank you, Kelsey, because you're spiting the overlords for me, which is great. I believe back in the day, if you had, back in the dizzle for shizzle, back in the day, don't ever let me say that again, by the way. Back in the day, I believe my go-to, because it was also empirically the correct choice, I believe my go-to was No, don't. Please kick her.
I got 1. I got 3. Can I get a 5? Can I get a 5?
There we
5
go.
in the fishnets. 5 in the fishnets. Can I get a 5 in the fishnets? Can I get a 5 in the fishnets? Words I didn't think I'd ever say, ever. Can I mention ever again?
I missed his head. I winged him. Whoops. Thank you, Kelsey. I appreciate. Yeah, back in the. I got a healer, but I want like something else to heal her with. What was my go-to? See, when I became there's a big discrepancy between me now and me when I owned businesses when I was younger. When I was 15 in high school, I put away money. I was responsible. When I graduated high school, I gave over $10,000 to my parents so they didn't have to declare bankruptcy because of their medical bills. So it was almost every penny I had saved up when I graduated high school, I just gave to my parents. So they could, instead of, what is it, Chapter 13, you have to give up assets so they could take the house. And they were able to declare Chapter 7, or do I have that backwards? So I gave them enough money that they didn't have to declare a type of bankruptcy that would make them give up their house. Because you shouldn't have to give up your house because you paid for cancer treatment and multiple sclerosis treatment. That's stupid. So 3 years worth of my work of saved money was over $10,000. During that time, when I was actually working, I also died and have a death certificate. But during that time, I learned an important thing, which is the best combination on pizzas. And it was during that time I had to learn it because that's unfortunately when I had the most dispensable income. It was when I was like 15, 16, and 17 years old. I turned 18, I gave it all away, and I figured out that like income doesn't come so easily. Because I had my own lawn mowing business, and I was a tutor, and I worked as a manager at Waffle House, so I did a lot of things. I learned, and this is from trial and error, so you can trust me, I am an internet douchebag expert, and I know what I'm talking about because I'm the one in front of a camera with a microphone, which immediately means that my opinion is superior to yours. And I tested with money and time that you cannot verify, so you just have to take my word at it, all of the combinations possible. There are millions of combinations. Yeah, that's what I spent all my money on, just so I could win this one argument. The best combination of what belongs on a pizza. It is pepperoni, pineapple, green pepper. Take your fourth pick. It could be banana pepper, it could be anything else. It's the fourth one, that's for you. But the other three, those are the needed. See, the green pepper is really good at pulling out any potentially lost. It doesn't really have all that. It doesn't have all that much flavor on its own, but green peppers have a sweet taste to them, and they are notorious for being able to pull flavor out of things that would usually be lost in a cooking process. So you got to have the green pepper on there. Even if you don't like green peppers, it saves, and you make sure it's near your bottom of your pizza because you want to make sure you're saving it from the marinara sauce and the cheeses and anything that drips down, especially because you're going to have those pineapples slammed right on top. And those juices can get lost. You don't want those lost. You know those soaked up by the green peppers. You gotta get the sweetness. You gotta go for get the sweetness here. Oh, if you're gonna go for the sweetness, you gotta get the green pepper, right? Okay, so you gotta have it drip down, and then the pineapple. You really want to make sure that the pineapple is evenly distributed. Do not get it near the crust. Don't ruin your crust. You gotta have a crust. And if you sit there and you get a thin crust, and you're not from New York, what are you doing? And if you're in Chicago and you get a deep dish, stop calling it pizza and just call it lasagna or soup or lasagna soup, because you're wrong. There is a combination. That's how you do it. It is pineapple, green pepper, pepperoni, your fourth choice, but make sure it's above the green pepper so you don't lose the flavor. Yeah, rising crust, do not give me that I like thin crust stuff. Okay, if you're watching yourself for carbs, I get it. Don't try to tell me thin crust is better. Yeah, you're full of shit. You know you are, or you're growing up in a culture that made really, really good pizza, so you didn't have to worry about because I've got a news for you. If you really like the crust of pizza, it means one of two things. They know how to do the crust really good, or you just like bread. So like, if your favorite part of the pizza is consistently the crust, you need to find a better pizza place because you just found out that your pizza sucks. If you are a connoisseur of the entire slice, it is the handle, and if you eat it backwards, you're a Neanderthal. And you should be looking forward to that crust that you got. No, don't give me that cheese on thin tasty crust. Don't give me that. You can make the rest of the crust thin, and then like it's almost encapsulating the rest of everything you're building toward, you make rising crust on the edge to trap the cheese and marinara and the flavors of the pineapple and the green pepper and the pepperoni, like I just talked about. We just went through this. You can have the best of both worlds. You can, and this is really weird, buy specialty things that go in your oven that make sure you have ventilation holes so you can cook the crust of your pizza on the bottom and make it nice and crispy while you got that rising crust on the edge. You can have both. If you like the crust of your pizza more than you like the pizza, you just like bread and you need to find better pizza. If you like the pizza better and you like thin crust, you need to find better pizza places that have better crust because they don't have good enough dough. If you equally enjoy the pizza and the crust, you found the right place. You should enjoy both. You should be jonesing over the idea that you're eating the pizza, but wait for dessert, you got the crust. That is how it goes. Fight me. Once again, I am an expert by internet standards because I have a microphone, a webcam, a platform, and I claim to have used a lot more money than I probably actually did on researching it. I actually didn't use all my money. Now, crust with dip or not? Hey. That's like asking your favorite sex position. It's about the mood. Come on. How am I supposed to answer now, crust with dip or not? That's... like, don't ask me what mood I'm in right now. Like, that changes.
Not bad. Okay, next.
Why did I have to equate it to that when my son is literally in this house and can hear the words I'm saying? Well, I don't get delivery nearly as much, so sometimes I get DiGiorno, and Little Caesars does have hot and ready. 3 strands of DNA. The moons are looking at each other, and there's a happy face. I forgot that puzzle. Moons are looking at each other. Look at that happy face. I actually really like basic Little Caesar. Yeah, they're hot and ready. I got really mad when they moved it up from $5, and then they blamed it on the dairy industry, and then the dairy industry stabilized and they kept it at $5. They did us all dirty. Does that date me? Does that make me old? I remember when they did it. It was 2007 or 2008. That pizza places started raising the prices of their $5 pizzas, which includes the hot and ready, saying that it was because of the price of dairy. And then the dairy crisis was over. They didn't see a need to put it back down. And I sat there and go, you guys, $5 footlongs? Well, I actually... Look, times have been tough. I actually have to charge 50 for that. 35 if it's just, or what are we talking about? Anyway. I need health kit.
Here we are. The church.
Yeah, I'm not gotta go to the church. She's stumbling. I mean, we gotta go to church, but I'm not gonna go to church. I'm really disappointed that my physical condition isn't better. I really need money, and you know what I want to do? I want to go donate plasma. Like, there's no lie in that. I had everything lined up. Like, I keep saying I'm gonna go donate plasma. The sign-on bonus for donating plasma usually gets you an extra $600, and on average for your time of donating plasma, it's around where I live anywhere from $16 to $20 an hour for your time donating plasma. You can do it every other day. Listen, I have like I put off my rent even again and things like that. Like I'm not made of any sort of money or any money. Actually, in fact, I'm made of mostly I'm 1/3 carbon. I didn't know if I was ever going to come forward with that. That's a really big weight off my chest. I didn't know if I wanted to tell people that. Where's the nest? But I wanted to go start donating plasma, and I don't know if they'll take me right now. I'd really love it if they would. Because see, my grand plan is for those. Wait, did I trip it? Did I trip it? Oh, we're screwed. Use it. Pop it, bro. Oh, I forgot she grapples. Kick them all.
Lights out.
Uh-oh. 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 Oh, don't worry. I drink shakes all the time to get sustenance into my body. Every human being is to some degree lactose intolerant. We're one of the only mammals that continue drinking milk after we grow out of our infancy. So everyone is isn't that a weird thing? We are all to some degree lactose intolerant, but that's just because you keep making lactase as you get older because you never stop drinking milk. But that doesn't make you not lactose intolerant. It just makes that we have a definition for lactose intolerance, which is a medical condition. But every mammal after a certain age is technically not making the lactase they made when they were a child, which makes them technically intolerant to lactose, but they become so acclimated to it that their body gets over any adverse side effects unless it goes overboard, and then you're lactose intolerant medically. Is that weird? Is that weird? I'm glad Migsby it helped. Hey, J0, what's going on? I have no idea what my goal is in this anymore, other than just getting used to controls while talking to you guys. Yeah. When you have to break something down in your body, the enzyme that breaks it down usually ends in an ASE. So like when you're lactose intolerant, I know that there's a brand name called lactase, but like the thing that breaks down lactose when you drink it is lactase. Most people who are lactose intolerant do not produce enough lactase, so they can't break down the lactose and that's in milk, and they're intolerant to it because their body now has no way to properly disassemble it and utilize it and then excrete it. So it usually comes through as one of the ways that your body is most notorious for getting rid of things. You pick renal or you pick your GI tract, and it just so happens it takes the easier route. Renal takes care of a lot of things that would end up going actually in blood and actually going through, like, the idea of is broken down and parts of it end up more or less in your bloodstream, and the rest of it gets shot out and through the poop chute. That people who are lactose intolerant, yeah, lactase goes the other way. The parts that gets broken down into really don't belong as part of your electrolytes and aren't really helping them. So blah blah blah. So that's, yeah. I'm really dumbing some things down on accident. Somebody's gonna really get on me for some of my really quick, like, hey, this is a medical discussion with Darkness in training to be nurse, learning real hard, but feeling like he's failing all the time, Jackson. Is that too long of a channel name? Darkness, training to be nurse, but failing real hard all the time, but still trying anyway, Jackson. Can I change my channel to that? So you guys can call me nurse, wannabe nurse Jackson. I know more than most, so I let things go usually. Don't let things go. You gotta hold me to the same standard. You gotta shut me down if I get shit wrong. You gotta be like, hey, well, not the internet way of shutting you down. You can't, not the New York internet way of being like,
I bet Leon's here to save her.
hey, you douche, you're wrong. All typed out as like that keyboard warrior style is what I'm going for. Like, you don't be keyboard warrior. Why did two people say that at the same time? I'm sorry, Nurse Jackson. Woo-hoo-hoo. I am for real. That one note is all I'm gonna get. Woo-hoo. I'm sorry, Nurse Jackson. Woo-hoo. That's gotta be stuck in my head. Thanks, everyone. My brain is over here going, my brain is trying to make a song out of it, and it started with never meant to make the charge nurse cry, but I've dealt with day shift 1,000 times. I'm sorry, Nurse Jackson. Like, whoo. Like my brain immediately wanted to be like, crying charge nurses and shitty day shifts, and it's like, let's get that into the song. Those are important pieces. Oh, Ashley's crying, so like you can bask in her tears and whatnot. Parody writes itself? I don't know. I'm not nearly. Though I've lost my mind lately again. I think I'd rather get to know what a ball vice feels like intimately and have a tragic accident that needs surgery, rather than have to go one more time over values for things that I don't need to remember off the top of my head for any reason, but are vitally important that I need to know for a test that will be drilled into my head the second that I get over and over that I'm jaded. I'm getting really jaded. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Yeah, I've been making sure I'm diving more into cardiac because things are going on, pulmonary because things are going on, but we bring up ABG values one more time, out of nowhere, hit me with your best shot for no good reason, and make me realize values that. Why are you gonna give it to me in millimoles when I'm never gonna see it that way? It's gonna be converted to milligrams per deciliter. Like, why am deciliter? Why are you making me memorize the millimoles then?
You don't want to be late.
Why is that? Why? I have to turn it up to a 5. The stream's almost over because I have to keep turning up the other. This machine. You heard millimoles, and not moles. No, moles can be fun. No, we're not, Jeffrey. That would be fun. That would be cool. That would be awesome. That would be great. That would make it so my entire existence didn't want to zap into the ether every time it was talked about. That would be awesome. Also, there's a coffin, like there's a vampire. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just realized they buried somebody alive in this coffin. I guess when you play as a casual pleb like I am right now, you notice two things. One, you notice that you cannot present a firearm and have your arms that bent without basically having that thing. You're not dealing with the recoil even of a 9mm like that. Stop it. Get that extension. But look, you get to see the pretty side decorations of the firearm. Second, they were buried alive. Hey, Kello, what's going on? God, every single time it goes off, I see the meter go off for a sound, and I want to apologize.
Hey.
There's nothing I can stop doing the camera. That is loud. Don't even try to tell me that's not loud. That's driving me crazy.
Let's make our first
I'm not sniffling.
a memorable one.
Well, I mean, it's a coffin that has dead people in it, or had dead people in it.
Count on you. I got
Or had
something new for you.
Oh, I need to repair that.
Try that.
Wait, no.
Got a selection of good things on sale.
I'm an idiot. Okay. Repair, not power
Good luck
first.
to you, stranger.
Wait. Okay. Tune up. So I thought I just sold it. Where is my brain? I haven't played in a few. This is why we're playing it right now.
Your valuables won't do you much good in the grave.
Grave. Fucking. These tickets are the bane of my existence. Literally got them to test out what they do and if they stay locked, so you have to play the game fairly, and they're unlocked from the beginning, and I never use them. I feel like I should just use, you know what, we're just doing a short stream. I'm never coming back to the save. We're doing this. We are doing this. I am going to now proceed to try to mow everything down.
I'll pay a pretty penny.
All right, we're gonna go this way. Watch this.
Why not try all yours, stranger?
I've never done this before, so I don't know what I'm doing here. Getting all the charms. I'm getting the sawed-off shotgun.
That shorty's very easy to handle. It would be perfect.
The TMP stock, I guess. I'll grab a first aid.
Stocking up while you can.
I'll tune up.
Wise choice.
Oh, I sold all the tickets, so I can't max anything out. I can just max this out. Look at this. Oh.
Dazzled, are you? Our craftsmanship demands no less.
It's driving me crazy. There's something else about it that's driving me crazy.
Try that on for size.
Can I be real a second? Put down my guard and tell you how I feel a second.
Knife needs care.
I've been cognizantly trying to not get too excited or too anything, or like
There you are.
I've basically been treating this whole daggum stream as a breathing exercise. I'm really scared of this machine. So like it's driving me crazy because every time I hear it, it's making me anxious.
Try that on for size.
I've got like a lot of anxiety over here.
We're starting to get an idea of your tastes, friend.
I'm afraid I'll get a little too excited and then I won't be able to
There you
breathe.
are.
Because since it's not constant, I found out really fast that I simply cannot do my breathing exercises. I've learned now the hard way that I was doing my breathing exercises by inhaling a constant stream of oxygen and then letting go. And without a constant stream, with this as being a pulse oxygen concentrator,
Will that be
it doesn't allow me to breathe long enough to get my lungs filled, and instead backfires real damn fast. So it's been
some things, money.
and my heart rate going up, immediately decided to skyrocket over that one. So it's been this whole time I've just this is like the first experimental stream I've gotten.
A wise choice. I know. I say
This is basically our experiment of can this work for me. Now with all of this stuff, where we're gonna go like mess some people up. This isn't where I keep the. I don't keep the pistol up there. What do I keep up there? Don't I usually keep the shotgun over here? Don't I usually keep the pistol over here? Which means I keep this is pistol adjacent. Which means I keep this up here, which my throwable will stay down there, right? That feels about right. Where are my tangerines? Yo, where are my tangerines at? They're down there. Which means I go like that. And yeah. I never get that. Parts, TMP stock. That'll be better. No parts. Parts. Oh wait, I can't use the red dot with the. Oh. Guess who's getting a Punisher out of nowhere? And then tuning it up into Oblivion. Guess who's getting a Punisher just to use the scope? I guess the piercing. All right, go away, Blacktail. Because I have money I don't know what to do with. Punisher.
Where you gonna put this? Your pocket or yours?
Shut up, dude.
Dazzled, are you? Our craftsmanship demands no less. We're starting to get now.
All right.
Go and cause some mayhem, eh?
How much harder does this game get, or easier does it get, if I actually can afford everything because I have something really cheaty like selling those golden tickets? How much easier does this all get? That's the question that we're gonna answer right here, right now. Don't sing the lyrics of that. How about? Wait. Shotgun. Okay. My biggest enemies in this game are spicy sticks and rats. You're preaching to the choir there. Listen, everyone here knows me and the spicy. Wait. Do other people say spicy sticks? Is my dumb vernacular catching on yet? I believe someone reminded me in my comments not too long ago that I called them spicy sticks. Yeah, you started. Okay. I got really confused when someone in my comments said something about spicy sticks, and I had to look at it going, did I say spicy sticks? We said, okay. Yeah, the spicy sticks. You rub off on me way too much to not have the fun. I see what you did there. Chris for days, spicy stick. I mean, I don't really listen to myself. I honestly, I tuned out of myself like year 3 that I was doing this. So I don't hear a lot of the things you guys hear. But I do know that I probably said spicy sticks constantly in recorded videos, guaranteed. Oh, spicy sticks are dynamite. We're just here. Oh wait.
Let me go so easily, huh?
Ada won't show us more than that. Cool. That's fine. Why'd I duck? No! 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 I was dodging. It's not gonna make things any better, is it? Yeah, I'm dying just the same as I would if I didn't have all the things. You know what? Tangerine time. Bye. Hacks. He used hacks. Good night, BB. Thank you for being here. He used hacks. Okay, you come here. And now let's put this in between each other. As I miss a shot. Oh god, I threw away my shot. Never gonna get a scholarship to King's College. I won't brag, but dag, I don't amaze and astonish. I got no brains, but all polish. I'm like a shiny turd. I shouldn't be heard with every word. I drop no knowledge. I'm a diamond in the rough. Shiny piece of coal. Only 19, but my mind is older. And streets get colder, I shoulder every burden, every disadvantage I ever live and manage. I ain't got a gun to the brain, so I rock the streets vanished. Dang it, it's stuck in my head. Oh my god, okay, I'm dying a lot, and I did not save it. Okay, Ada, you have to stop this. We have to actually fight. As a team. As one. Make him go down on you. For you. For... Thank you.
Looks like that was effective.
Wait. LaCroix is not spicy water. LaCroix is... Curling irons or spicy... I'm glad I didn't say that word out loud with my son here. LaCroix is TV static. Wow. LaCroix is TV static. I need to get my son in on this. Hold on. My son hates LaCroix. Hey, Rowan? Someone just described LaCroix as tasting like TV static. Does that work? Okay. My son's analysis. I think my son just said that's so real. Yeah, I didn't say this thinking really hard about fruit. He's playing with a friend, I believe, as it gets winding down for bed. On like some whenever. My son agrees with that. LaCroix tastes like TV static. Yep. No. Well, you know what? LaCroix doesn't have a taste either, other than probably the same taste you'd get from licking the front of your TV while you're drinking it. I'm not saying I don't like LaCroix. I'm saying nobody likes LaCroix. People just started getting used to it because they decided to get a drink that they thought would have flavor, and they wanted to drink something more responsible, and they just never learned that they're paying for a lie. Uh-oh. I think that's what LaCroix ended up doing and how it's actually still a thing. I think LaCroix just marketed itself to everyone who's just like, I really want to feel better about the things I drink. And then there was just nothing you could do. They had you. No, no, don't double team me. Oh yeah, there's a third round of this bull.
It's getting thicker.
No. Are you the real one though? No. Oh crap. Yeah, you're real.
Not fond of that, are we?
At least this game explains what happens to the other hand. Like the other one standing next to Salazar, this game actually explains that. I do appreciate that. No. Which one of you? You. Not fair. Not fair. Not fair. The kick is supposed to be an also ultra special super move. By the way, how come her kick can actually do... Uh-oh. How come her kick... Whoa. Uh-oh. Please don't die. He died. Okay. I will tell you this. Between being kicked and shot, I think I want to be kicked. And that's not just me being like, oh, I got a fetish for Ada thing. I really think that if it's a choice between getting kicked or shot.
Now for the village chief's house.
Just maybe that's a controversial opinion. I don't know. Is that another thing I should put up a poll for? Would you rather be kicked or shot? Vote now. With every person that's looking at Ada's heels being like, is she going to be wearing the heels during the kick? And do I get to choose where? No, not Ada. I need to be playing Resident Evil 8, so people are looking at Lady Dimitrescu and the flavors. So they can go, by the way, I know I keep saying the flavors. I can't stop now that I've started saying that. Like, I don't even think about it until afterwards. Shot in the arm versus kicking the ball. You can bleed out from your arm way easier than you think. You're like, your body... I don't know. This might get too medical, but your body technically is all connected. So it's possible to hit something vital almost everywhere. But I think there's a less chance that a kick to the balls will be as vital than a shot to the arm, because there's a lot of vital things, but that's vital too. Like, I get that. Yeah, but have you seen the monks? Just train harder, man. That's like a get good thing. Come on. I have watched the YouTube videos of the guys being able to kick in the balls. I swear, I don't know how they suck their testicles up in there. I know that's what they got to be doing. They're cheating. They're using the Konami cheat code on their man sack. I know what they're, but there's videos of the monks that will like hang weights off their junk in between two big boulders. I know what they're doing. If they're on something weird, I think they tried extends and it didn't work for them, so they're like, I'm stretching this bitch out another way. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the people who take the full-on kick and it doesn't hurt them. And I think they're just trying to like mind control Jedi, suck them up so they become pseudo ovaries for just the kick and drop back down, which doesn't mean that if you have ovaries it doesn't hurt getting kicked there. It just means that that's a mind over matter thing, because it doesn't matter, because I don't mind if you like kick my leg or fleshy part. I do mind if you hit like that bundle of, why did I want to say why make the kid juice so that eventually I can make daddy's juice? Okay, listen, daddy's juice is Kool-Aid, but the kid juice is semen. So like you can't make daddy's juice Kool-Aid. if you don't make kid juice first, which is how you make the kid before you can make the daddy juice. So I get where you're coming from. Does that make... No, not suit. They drop their nuts back down after the kick, I think. I don't know how it works. I haven't talked to a monk that does that. I don't know. Listen, I was proud enough that I remembered enough teachings from religious studies that I did. It's the that whatever. I'm just saying. Getting shot is it YouTube? Will you get onto me for this since I know I'm stopping the stream soon? Because I can hardly breathe. Like I took one of those breaths was a little too deep, and I don't know how to describe it to you guys other than when I do the video update, which will be in the next few days. I'm afraid to do a video update when someone that I care about is dying. And even though my ex and I are split, one of the only people I have grown to respect, and I want to do a completely separate video, and I want to say this really quietly. My ex's father started off as extremely racist, and somehow over the period of from the age 21 to 38, so 17 years, I went from somebody in my life being one of the most racist people in the world to one of the people I respect the most. And I need to make a video on how that happened, but sadly I plan on making the video after he passes, and he could have already passed this very moment. I wouldn't know. But anyway, I wanted to whisper that because once again my son's right there. But that's all for updates. Getting I had the feeling of while I've been getting better, the thing I've been fighting most, like doing physical therapy and everything, is that when I try to go too hard and everything, I need to suck in air real fast, and I get a wheezing feeling where it feels like my airways collapsing down. I'm assuming the way that people that are asthmatic feel. But then there's another thing that makes me actually panic, and it's my lung feels like there's liquid and I feel like I'm drowning. And this machine is not proving itself to be as good as a continuous airflow machine. Like this is the second time it's come to mind, but the first time that what I was finding that I sucked in air for a second and I just stopped talking. Yeah, I can't talk as much because I can't. Breathing in real fast doesn't give me air. It gives me air whenever it feels like it. Like it's the drug dealer that just gives you that dime bag for free but knows you're coming back for more. Like that's what this freaking machine is. Yeah, that's like, I'm not used to this. Let me say this. That man, and I'm ending the stream soon, but this is the part where I'm like really real for a second, because this is things that are on my mind. And I'm actually going to take headphones off for a second while I say this, because I want to know that while I'm saying things, I'm not upsetting my son because he's right behind me. So let me, Jared Scott, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. I'm even turning the air down so I can try to hear things for a second. So, Jared, thank you so much for 10 gifted memberships. I really appreciate that. That is welcome, and welcome back to the family. Jordan Dempsey, Hime, Sunada Hime, hey, Madonna Chur, Mary, Kevin Piss, Onish King, Nobody, Roy G, D Roundtree, what's going on? Chia, Jonathan Lizama, what's going on? Thank you so much. It's good to see you here. You got to the part where I'm about to end the stream and actually be real for a second, but like absolutely you can back up for a second. I was gonna say and I appreciate the comment, Octavia. Hey, Alyssa Boyd, what's going on? Finished a night shift. Time's different sucks. It definitely does. Night shifts are fun. Listen, the reason why I want to make that a separate video is because I realize that when people show up to my channel, they keep saying that I should be going on, like they like it when I go on random talks. They like it when I like go to the side and I say what's on my mind and I like keep it real or whatever you want to call it. And the thing about that is that there are some things that I just don't talk about. Like I have a rule of if it's something like current, like, or unresolved, like, so something that's currently happening in my life that is like in the midst that could change, that could hurt somebody, something, if I reveal what's going on, or make it possible that, like, you know, the idea that, like, I don't sit here and just name drop, like, I don't have many friends, but the friends I do have, I'm not about to tell you guys about, because, like, if I have people that I can communicate in real life, like, you know, if Rusty stops by, it's not really a big secret that Rusty and I know each other from our sons both being in baseball. So that's one thing. But like we're both dads. He supports the channel. Like, he's cool. He's a cool guy. His kids are cool. All that's cool. So that's totally different from me being like, let me just name drop someone that everyone's could go dox or something real fast. Like, I don't like that. So usually my policy is that when I tell you guys things, they're usually things from the past. So they're things that are resolved, or they're things that are in the past enough that, like, the part that I'm telling you is resolved, but if there's a current problem, I'm leaving it out. This is, I'm realizing there are some topics that I would love to talk about that might turn people away, but I want to talk about it, and as long as YouTube is going to hold over my head something that happened 10 years ago until November 5th or 6th, whenever they want to recheck and see they can't do that anymore, I feel like I should say a few things, and one of them that I've held back is something that's been for a long time. I'm going to make a video about this because if people like hearing random things I say as I end this stream, no one likes having to talk about race and racism and all that. I don't. Like, I look in the camera and I'm like, oh, there's a black dude on the screen. Like, that's about how much I recognize what color I am. Like, where'd that come from? He's got blue hair. Oh, that's me. Like, I was raised by two pale white parents, but my biological father's black, and there's a whole side of that family. My son gets mad when you say black because he's like, people aren't black, they're brown. Like, there's a whole thing behind it. And so, like, beside all of that, there are some things every now and then that I want to mention, but usually they're deeply personal. Like, me mentioning the idea that my inbox of, like, when I take breaks from YouTube gets flooded. What was the count? I gave the count last time I did a stream. That I hadn't checked my inbox for so long that we were in, I think we're in 3 digits for how many different ways I counted unique. Was it 117? How many unique ways someone tried to spell the N word and put it in my comment section to get around the filters. Now that's a record, but I was gone for a bit. So that's the thing. So, like, crappy people exist, but I usually, like, I just talk about it in passing. I don't talk about. I do want to make a video on this one particular thing. So my ex-father-in-law is at home, hospice care. I actually didn't expect to be able to come on camera without saying he had already passed. The reason today was hectic was because my son is also sick. We'll be going to the doctor in the morning, but my son had to go to school because there was no one that could look after him, because I had to get my dad home from the rehab facility, but I could not ask my ex-wife to go get my son because the idea that she would leave her dad's side the moment he dies at home is something I couldn't let happen. So, like, I had to be real with my son this morning and say, I need to get my dad, I need to get my oxygen situation settled, and I need to get my dad, I need oxygen situation settled. Your mom can't step in. There's no one else that can look after you. I know you're not feeling your best. He wore a mask responsibly and stayed away and stayed up at front as long as he could. But there's no other place I could take him because my dad is a respiratory case, and I couldn't have my son, who has an upper respiratory infection. It sounds like cyanitis, something like that going on. I couldn't have him in the car with my dad for, you know, over an hour. I'm not about to get my dad sick and landed back in the hospital. But I also can't responsibly know that I'm getting, I can't pull my ex, like I know I've said that my ex has been mean before. But I've also said, for people that pay attention, do not talk crap about my ex. She is my ex. She has done shitty things to me and my son, in my opinion, but that's my opinion. Unless you personally know her, not your place unless I ask for your opinion. If I ask for it, feel free to give it. If I don't give me your opinion. Because for all you know, I'm the bad guy. You don't know that. I will say this, though. I'm going to make a video on something that actually is more recent for once, and a few other things that, you know, are me talking in front of a teleprompter, because as long as I have a teleprompter and it's not returned yet, I should frickin' use it. And one of those things, other than giving another update about my health, because it's been over 2 months and my health declined on accident since that update. Like, it took a turn. I got the big C and I shot my right lung right in his dick. But other than having to recover from that, before I end the stream, one of the things that will come out of left field will be about race and racism. But it's not going to be like dogging people. It's not going to be dogging the idea of like, if you don't get along with everyone, you're bad. I have a story to tell that is current, and I can tell it because there's no backlash to be had against him, because he's literally on his deathbed, and for all I know, I just haven't been told yet. Like, I missed the message while streaming that he died. That's for all I know, that's what's happened. And so, like, I even just checked to see if there's a message real fast before I said that. 17 years on my 21st birthday, I met my now ex-wife. I for those of you that know that whole thing, just the quick backstory was, when I was 21, I never drank a drop of alcohol. My friends got me completely shit-faced because I didn't know that there was like a thing about like moderation, or lemon drops will get you drunk, or they taste like lemon heads. I love lemon heads. Whatever, don't at me. I trusted them. They got me drunk. My brother got really mad at them. But I didn't know, like, I was just accepting, like, oh, and I drank a giant Long Island iced tea because I kept taking sips. The next day, as payback for them, they had to take me everything where I wanted to go. One of the places I saw I wanted to go, other than, you know, all the other stuff, was there's a pet shop, and I really like animals. I've always wanted a pet bird. I grew up with a pet monkey because my dad owned Rick's Wild Kingdom in Alabama, and when he got, like, robbed blind and the store had to go down, he had an exotic pet license, and so it was his responsibility to take on a monkey, and so I grew up with a pet monkey for a long time until he started doing some rash things and bit my mom and almost bit through her wrist. And like, one of the things I had to, that's a whole different story. Like, I've grown up around animals. I really wanted like a pet bird, but you have to change it your entire life. You can't even light a candle without checking all the ingredients, because you could kill them. That's why my dog Sheila meant so much to me. I've always had a cat my whole life. This is the longest stretch I've never had a cat in my life. Since Kane died to now, which has been almost 4 years. So if Sheila's been 2.5 years, Kane died before that. So almost, we're getting Christmas, December 26th will be 4 years since Kane died. That's the longest I've ever gone without owning a cat. There's a pet shop. I told them all, like, suck it up. Like, you guys got me drunk and tricked me, and Nathan's pissed at all of y'all. Just take me to the pet shop. I have a video of the first time I ever said hi to Mel. From there, like, she got jealous of me being with we ended up, like, dating. We dated for a while. I totally think we got married. In between all that, the thing I don't ever talk about is that her dad did not like me. Like, her dad super duper did not like me. In fact, he quoted, for those of you who, like, I go by the Gandhi standard. I like your Christ, not your Christians, a lot of the time, because this is what happens to me a lot as being someone darker skinned in the South. I get things like the Tower of Babel quoted at me of, like, races are supposed to stay apart. It's not a fun thing to have quoted at you all the time. It's also not fun to really hear from, like, someone you're dating, like, I never knew my dad was like this until, because they had their, you know, dark-skinned friend type deal. And so that's kind of the situation I was thrown into, where I had been dating, and then all of a sudden it was like, you know, he's fine with it until it's his daughter. And then all of a sudden he's not fine with it. And it got so bad that he was banned. He refused to come to the wedding, but I also had guards waiting for him. Like, there were guards waiting in case he came, because we were afraid he was going to inflict some type of violence. Like, he would try to disrupt the wedding. that is where it started off. So I got married in 2010. And my divorce was finalized in 2018. In there I had a child, and he was a jerk the whole time. I'm gonna be more better about telling this to people, because I want people to hear a good story. I don't want everyone to hear sometimes that it sounds like I complain a lot. I have medical issues going on. Yes. The next video I make, I will legitimately be asking people, if you got an extra buck or two, I could use it right now. I can't pay my bills and I need to pay for surgery. It's no longer an option. I have to get my abdomen sewn up. I have to do my physical therapy so that my lung is good enough to be put under for surgery. Like, people accuse me of like fishing for money with the last update video. No, I said literally, if I'm actually asking for support, I will ask for it if that's that bad. It is that bad now. So like, I'll do that in that video. But I want to make a second one. And this isn't just me like saying pontificating what, it's just gonna be me talking to a camera, so it's not hard to pull off. I simply want to write down something that I know I won't be able to say at a funeral. I'm not gonna be, as far as I know, I won't be asked to stand up in front of everyone. Hey, little boy, you need to change your pajamas. I'm on camera. Don't make me go all dad on camera. Go change your pajamas. Yeah, yo. I mean, I didn't mute it because I didn't expect you to be right there. I'm ending my stream, so you change your pajamas while I end off talking to everyone. Okay. So now that that's there, and I didn't realize how late it was getting. It is 10:52. So I think that when people say they like watching my channel and they like hearing me talk about life, I've looked back on, stop complaining at me, machine. I've looked back on a lot of the things that people say they like watching and listening to me talk about, and a lot of it is tough times in life, like just getting through, persevering. But I think something that's really specifically lacking on my channel is a separate section where if people really want to hear me talk about that, I can just move that to a separate video and just do that and make it its own thing. And if you want to watch it, you can. And if you don't, then I can just say, oh, I already talked about that in a video. And if you want to go watch me talk about that, go pop over and watch me talk about that. Otherwise, you can just watch me play a game. Because I think I need to start separating out me talking to you guys, like being this kind of real. Hey, Chris G, what's going on? I think I need to start separating out me being like really real with everybody from the gameplay, because some people like tune in to just watch a game. And so now I'm going to close the door so I can finish talking to you guys so my son doesn't hear something. So now that I've closed that door, and I'll turn up the sensitivity so I don't have to talk nearly as loud. The thing is that I've looked back on my own videos. And I've realized that a lot of the times I'm just talking about things that people go through. And when they're going through them, like, people feel it's relatable. But I've listened now to a few times where you guys say that you liked hearing me talk about what I talked about. And I saw a big glaring error in what I was doing. And the big glaring error, at least that I saw, was that in a lot of those times of me talking, there was only the talk about struggle and getting through, but not how I got through and any good that came of it. It was just relatable. And so people say that, like, by knowing somebody else is going through what they're going through, it helped them out. But I don't want to be that guy, because that makes it sound like I'm just the guy that complains. And so I wanted to kick it off by something that I haven't been able to talk about because it's been an ongoing issue, but it's something I think is important. I want to wrap this up really quickly because I'm going to make a video out of it. And I want you guys to tell me live in the chat right now what you guys think about an idea of me making videos like this so that I can play a video game and say like, oh, like people say racist stuff all the time, but hey, like check that other video I made on my opinion on that, and then anyone who doesn't want to hear this stuff can just go watch that video, and anyone who wants to watch gameplay can watch gameplay. And if you guys like whatever topic comes up while I'm playing games, you guys can just tell me, hey, can you want to make a 10-minute video talking about your opinion on that, and I'll go make that video. This is the idea I've got. I literally will go make that video like I made the update video. I'll just go make it, rough cut it, whatever happens, just upload it as it is and make a really quick thumbnail, and I'll just cover that topic and we never have to talk about it again, because if it gets brought up, I can just say, oh, like one of the mods can link the video of where I talked about that. So that's the idea I've got, and I want to start off with, if I talk about racism, usually it's me talking about like how many people would leave an N-word in like my comments and it doesn't bother me, but there are other terms you can use. So my ex-father-in-law is dying right now, and he didn't even show up to the wedding, and he was banned from being able to be near because we thought he would be violent. And I really want to tell people about it because I never get to tell people about current things that are happening or current relationships. And it's sad that him dying makes me feel like I have the ability to talk about it. But I think people should hear when something goes right. Like when something that like I feel like is something I'm going through that you guys can say is relatable has a good outcome, like a good ending. And this is one of those times because it took a long time and it took a lot of struggle, but there was a good outcome. And when my son was being conceived, and like it's 2016, like I had to approach my ex 2012, sorry, and I had to approach my ex-father-in-law and say, like, you know, he has a few attitudes that, you know, are against people of my skin color. And I told him he's got 8 months. I specifically told him he's got 8 months. Like, you got 8 months because I can't allow you to be around my daughter or son. I did not know what gender my son I didn't know what Rowan was until he came out. I didn't want to know what gender. That's a whole different subject. So I had another name picked out if Rowan was a girl, but Rowan's Rowan, so Rowan is Rowan. But I said I can't allow that. He's gonna be 1/4, one half me, which means he's a 4th African American. Thank you, Vamp. I appreciate that. Thank you. And this is me like doing a test pilot really quickly of like the kind of videos I do, but I do them shorthand and make sure to keep them within 10 minutes. I gave him 8 months, and I told him you've got 8 months to shape up. Like, you got 8 months because can't allow that. I can't allow someone to, you know, be in his life. And there are laws in Georgia where like grandparents have rights to see their grandchildren. If you didn't know that, in some states that's a thing. In Georgia, it's one of them. You cannot legally withhold your children from grandparents unless you have a legal reason to do so. And so I had a legal reason to do so. My legal reason was that his racial attitude towards my skin color was not allowed to get near my child. I told him he had 8 months. This is a guy who, by his own daughter's account, has a kind of a shoddy memory. So shoddy, apparently, that they used to get in arguments when she was younger about if she actually told him about something. And so she would email, like, what they talked about to him right after they talked. So when he tried to say, we never talked about that, she would, in high school, turn right back around. My ex-wife would turn right back around and say, check your email. We talked about that. This is the same kind of guy who, when she was growing up, would make her a sandwich, and she hates mayonnaise. And it's because he said, no good sandwich was ever made dry. You can't have a dry sandwich. You have to have mayonnaise on it. I guess he never heard of bread, but like, he's a guy who, when he has a belief, he sticks to it. He's the quintessential, it seems on the surface, an old dog can't be taught new tricks kind of guy, right? So, like, I had to give an ultimatum, and it was not, And I've only recently from a friend learned that while people say I give ultimatums, I don't. I set clear boundaries. And if people want to call them ultimatums, they can. But this was a clear boundary. He was spouting things that go against my race and things I believe in and things I hold near and dear. And I couldn't allow him to do damage to my son or friends or family, anything like that. Or my wife, for that matter. He had 8 months to shape up. Or I told him, or he would never see his grandchild. He would never ever get to meet his grandchild. And I talked to my ex so much. I talked to my ex so much about the idea that, like, that this probably just ruined your relationship with your father, because there's a very low chance that this will work out. There's a very low chance that it'll turn around and get better. And she admitted that she knew. There was a very low chance. Like, back then, I remember her being very upset about it. But, like, she said, like, she loved me more. She loved her child more. Like, it was what it basically it is what it is type deal. And this is still his daughter, the one that remembers that he doesn't, cave into anything. The reason I want to make videos separate is because this is one of the times where if I were to just tell this during a stream, I might say offhandedly, like, I just got to be friends with him. No, it was work, and it was work that paid off. It didn't happen overnight. I found out that there is such thing as a backhanded apology, where someone can apologize while literally doubling down on exactly what they were apologizing for. The idea that someone can say, hey, I'm sorry for what I said, but I meant what I said. I'm just sorry the way I said it, or I'm sorry when I said it. I'm like, I've never really heard of that before, but thank you for opening my eyes. It went from, I thought this man would be out of my life, to he worked at talking to me. Like, he worked at it. He took the time to, like, he invited me over to his house. He invited, if I recall correctly, and I'm going to have to go and look at my own journals, I believe the invite was for me and my ex to go on over, and, like, it was kind of a scary time. I think it was both of us that time, to go over and talk. And when we sat down, no matter who was there, I remember one of the first times we talked, he said, if we're going to get over this, I need to just learn about you. That already blew me away. If we're going to get over this, and this was just a generality of a racial issue. He had an issue with my race. He's white, and I'm half African American, or whatever you want to label this as. Legally, I'm fully Caucasian American, whatever. But he just sat down and said, we need to get over this, and I need to get to know you. I had, the last time I had a conversation like that, I was in freaking middle school. It was the girl Dana I dated. Her mom didn't like me for the same reason. I don't know what got me the pair of balls that I had on me at that moment. And I told Dana, like, hey, if your mom wants to meet me at the park or at Kayla's house, I'll meet your mom and talk to her. I don't know what would be the problem. This is shy me that still didn't know how to talk to people. And I realize now that I'm older, I knew how to have adult conversations. I didn't know how to have kid conversations. So I just always felt ostracized from other kids. But, like, I could, like, as a middle schooler, face down an adult and be like, hey, like, I'm not even taking your daughter on dates, and I just wanted you to meet me because I think you're having a misunderstanding of who I am based on, pictures you've seen of me. I don't know what you know, but if whatever you want to ask. She likes being around me. And she's a friend. So, and I came away from that from like 7th, 8th grade, having Dana stay a friend for the duration of that and pass that into college. And like our 10-year anniversary for high school came up, and she's running on over saying like, hey, it's been so like, so it was like, that's the last time like that went right. And every other time in my life between that and what I'm telling right now, usually race has just like been a bad story. I was floored. This man who didn't even show up to a wedding, and we had people on guard to look for violent actions against him because we were afraid he would do something rash, invited over and said, if we're going to get over this, we need to talk. And I was like, what do we even have to talk about? Like, what do you have to talk about when you talk about something like that? No, he literally just met me. And I watched something happen that I want people to know can happen. If you realize that you always have something that I've said in other videos seems so profound, but I've never put money where mouth is and told something to you guys, a part of my life that shows that it means something. We are all human. If you have no other reason to get along with somebody and start a conversation and try to get an understanding, then you're wrong, because you do. At our core, there is one thing that we all have in common. We're human. And no matter what else there is, we have that one common thread that can start a conversation and start building bridges before they were burned. It is there, and whether you recognize it or use it is your choice. That's up to you and your lifestyle, but it's there for the taking. We're all human. So no matter what your other belief systems of any sort are, there is always a starting base. You're human and I'm human, and somewhere in there, we can find common ground. Period. End of discussion. And if you can't accept that, that's on you for the closed-mindedness of not realizing, in my opinion, that there is a starting place. We're both human. Now, does that always lead to something successful where you can agree? No, but it is a starting place. We all need to acknowledge it. That is the first good story I've got of like, and my dad hates it when I even call my own life stories, because it's like, it's not a story, it's your life. Your life isn't a story, not until someone wants to do your biography type deal. It's your life and you're still living it. Because my dad hates it when people call his life a story. I'll be, hey, can you tell me a story when you're younger? And he's like, I have no stories to tell. So I understand where he's coming from. Anyway, it started rough. Just like, what did you do when you were younger? All right, what did you do when you were younger? It was awkward. I know he doesn't like me. I mean, he wouldn't show up to the wedding. He wouldn't even answer phone calls and talk to his daughter until like it had to be put on the table. You can't talk to your grandchild unless you get over this stick you've got up your butt. And somewhere in there, in 8 months' time, we were better. We weren't good yet. We definitely weren't good. But we were good enough that I allowed him to hold his grandchild. It was 8 months of random phone calls. It was 8 months of, at one point, me showing up alone to talk to him. At one point, that's why I can't remember, there's a point where me and Mel showed up to talk to him. There's a point where he had a family get together and I showed up to be there when the whole family was surprised that I was going to be there. He took the time and effort, and I didn't shut him down for being a dick from the start type deal, because there was more than, it was one of the first times I put in perspective, there's way more than me on the line here. Even if I'm used to protecting friends and family, I have a child to now protect, and if I don't try to make this work, it's not me who suffers in the long run. I can get over the idea that an adult doesn't like me. I don't want my grandchild growing up asking why grandpa doesn't like me. I didn't like that idea. I was going to give it a try because it finally put in perspective, I can try. There is a chance this could work. It's a long shot, but there's a chance. And it did. And not only did it, but somewhere along the line, and this is why I want to put it into a video in a concise way, especially when I can breathe better than what I can right now, because I'm almost in tears between feeling like I'm drowning and telling this for the first time out loud to a crowd. Somewhere along the line, I don't know why or where and when it happened. I just know the things I can tell that happened along the way. I'm sitting here grieving that a man is on his deathbed that once hated me and wouldn't show up to my wedding because I'm half black. And I am torn in 1,000 pieces that he is dying or is potentially just gone, and he's already died and hasn't been, that my ex hasn't been able to tell me yet, or doesn't want to tell me because she wants to be able to wait to tell her son in person, so she doesn't want me to accidentally, like, he could already be gone, and by all accounts medically, by what was there yesterday and this morning, he should be gone. So I don't, if he's still alive, he's breathing out of spite. I want to be able to tell a story of a concise story, not a long drawn out one, a concise story of like, yeah, racism is a thing. Let me tell you a story of how you can overcome it somehow. From my own experience, if you really want inspirational stories, here's a story about how me and a man who had nothing in common and were never going to get along on paper, at one point realized we respected each other. It went from hatred to not just mutual respect. It turned into him pulling me aside and saying things like, him giving me pep talks as I got older. Like around when he got diagnosed with cancer, him like reaffirming something he had said once in passing and reaffirming saying, Steven, I know whatever you try to do, you're going to be able to do it. If you really want to do it, you'll do it. You're smart enough and you're capable enough. You'll get it done. That's how he started off a statement to me. The guy used to scream the N-word at me, and by the time we're talking about 2018, 2019, when me and my ex are divorced, and I thought he'd give me a compliment, he started a statement off with just like letting me know as a precursor to what he wanted to say, I'm about to tell you something that you can take as advice, but I want to let you know this advice comes with the idea that I know whatever you want to do, you can accomplish because that's how much I believe in you. That is not an easy thing to accomplish. And that's a level of finally mutual respect between people who found nothing eye to eye. And somewhere in there, I can tell you, he is one of the people I respect most on this earth that I know. But it's not because we agree on everything. We agree still, not on all that much. I mean, we agree on some things that are very, very important. Some things about family, some things about friends, some things about life, some things about my son and how people should be raised and how they should get along. We agree on some really big things, and we really disagree on some other stuff. Like, we've got very different views on how things should be done. However, I need to concisely put together in my grief, just as much for myself as for anyone else listening, and maybe it'll help somebody along the way of hearing a story that has an ending that means something. It's not just relatable, it is relatable, and also it doesn't have to be just me. You can try this too, and if you try hard enough, maybe you'll see it succeed one day in your life. The perspective that it was going to hurt my son made me try harder. And because of that, I went from a guy who was racist to he tried. We both had to try to communicate with each other. We made the communication work. By the time my son is born, he's allowed to be around my son. By the time my son is being able to understand stuff, he is actually being actively involved with my life. My ex is still having to try to remind him of the conversation they just had 2 days ago when he's recounting everything we started talking about since 2012. I guess 2016. And I remember distinctly something that I don't want to say, that like my ex is sitting there going, we just talked about this. The next thing that comes out of his mouth is on the same topic, but something I said like years before. Like, because he put so much effort into it of like trying to bridge the gap of he saw my race as being something bad and something his daughter shouldn't be around. Because he put so much effort into it, he remembered the words I had to say better than he remembered the words his daughter had to say. Because he's her dad, so the effort is there or not. It's nebulous, but for me, it was every step of learning about me was a step forward he had to choose to take. And same for me for him. There was a time during his cancer therapy that he was doing hormone therapy, and during my son's basketball game, my son has hard time making eye contact with coaches and everything like that. He's very, very shy, like I am, and a few things ago, he during the hormone therapy, like at the end of the game, tried to get onto my son in public at the basketball game. And started telling my son, like, he went right around like Mel and I while we're right there, we're his parents. He went right around us to my son to start like telling my son, you need to look him in the eye, you need to look your coach in the eye, you need to say yes sir, yes ma'am, you need to do that, you need to do that is unacceptable. And I said, whoa, he's acting way angry. He was on hormone therapies. I kind of got the idea of what was going on in the moment. Like, his inhibition was lowered. Hormones do a hell of a job to your body, especially when you're going through cancer treatments. And in that moment, I like stepped in between him and my son, and I said, you can't talk to my son like that. And he started dogging me, saying, he started dogging me, saying, like, you know, the way he believes I'm raising my child, the way he believes that my now ex-wife is raising child. He believed that we were getting some things wrong, and that we're being detrimental to my son. If we just did these things would be fixed. And if you just bring him on over to my house, I'll get it fixed. But he's making a big commotion, and he's on hormone therapies, and I know he's not quite in his right mind of what he wants. And I calmly just got in between him and my ex-wife and my son and said, hey, you know, like, hey, I understand what you're going for. Like, I know he doesn't make the eye contact that you're looking for. I've been working on him with it too. Like, this is something that is an ongoing thing. I grew up shy, he's shy. That's why he's in sports like this. But hey, the things you've got to say, these are adult topics. This is an adult conversation. And you might not agree with the way that I'm raising my child. You might not agree with the way that Mel is helping to raise my child. But anything you got to say, if it's constructive criticism, I'm ready to take it. Because if it will make my son better, I want to hear you out. So let me say this. How about instead of in front of everybody, we just decide a time? How about instead of in front of everybody, we just, like, you just tell me. Tell me a day. You just tell me the day, and I'll show up to your house. And we'll have dinner, lunch, whatever you want. Or we'll show up to a restaurant. Whatever you actually want. You can come over to my place. As long as Rowan's not there. You just tell me a time. And we'll have the conversation you want to have right now. We'll have it then. And we'll have time to think about it. We'll both have time to think about our thoughts. And during all of this, he's still trying to yell about, like, we needed to fix this right now. I said, I don't think any of us are in a position to fix things right now. I just tried to emphasize that and de-escalate and say, but I was sincere about it. Like, we had spent so much time talking about my skin and racial everything. Like, this to me felt like a cakewalk. It was a moment of just saying, like, hey, like, I honestly, if you truly think that I could be a better parent somehow, let's talk about that. Because everyone's got room to grow. Mel and I can both be better parents. And if you think we can do it better, just tell me when to show up. We don't have to have this right now. It doesn't have to be a big thing. Like, everyone's watching. His teammates can hear it. His coach can hear it. Other parents can hear it. My son was in tears, had run out the gym. His mom chased after. His mom was trying to be protective and get in between. Like, he was going off. He's on hormones for cancer treatment. For anyone who doesn't know how much that can screw with your mental health, it screws with your mental health a lot. So hormones for cancer treatment are like, the only thing that I can think of worse is the bodily toll, like chemotherapy, intensive chemotherapy can be on your body. But hormone therapy is just about as bad when it comes to, like, mental health. And I got him calmed down enough. And he still, after calming down and realizing he had made a scene, tried to say goodbye to my son. And my son is a crying mess hiding behind his mom. And his mom actually said, just go away. Can't you tell that my son's upset? And so he has to walk away feeling like he did something wrong. And he calls me within the next few days with an apology of saying sorry. Sorry that's what happened. He said some of the, the backhanded apology that I talked about. He said some of the things that he said, he actually did mean. But he said, I apologize. That wasn't the time. That wasn't the place. You were right. You were the one being the adult there. That floored me once again. This man apologizes, it feels like, to nobody. And he once again is going out of his way to say, you were correct. This is an adult conversation. And I said, okay, like, it's fine. Like, we all have a thing. He's like, I'm on hormone therapy treatment. So I was like, I knew about that. Like, listen, we all can fly off the handle about things. Do you still want to talk about it? Like, I can come on over sometime. He's like, yeah, let's just, like, he's like, I'm going to go hunting with some friends. We'll have some venison. Like, if we still have these issues coming up and I'm going to think about it, yeah, we can come over. Otherwise, we'll just talk, like, at, like, I think it was like Thanksgiving or Christmas or something. There's some holiday of some sorts coming up soon. And I was like, okay, that sounds great. And I told Mel about it. And she was like, he really said that? I was like, yeah, he really, like, that's the conversation we had. And I was like, though I just learned really fast that you can get a backhanded apology where he apologizes, yet he also doubles down that he meant some of the things he said, but he's apologizing for it. She's like, yeah, that's him. I was like, yeah, I know it's him, but I'm like, I'm not used to it. I'm not his daughter. And I was no longer her husband. if I had to point to an event that all of a sudden I think we got a mutual, not only just like somewhere in between there and a year from there, he became someone that I respected most on this earth of people I know. And there's a very simple reason, because I've had to think about, as he's been dying, I've had to think about why. How did he earn that? He thought I was some scum for my skin color. I had to put this stipulation on how you see your child. He yells at my child during a game for being shy. It's not his place. He dogs me and my ex about being parents. Like, I'm going to take that personally. You're attacking me as a parent. How is it that this is happening? And the way what I finally come up with is that I respect him because my initial assumption about him was he's the quintessential old dogs can't learn new tricks, right? He did, though. He absolutely did learn something new. A lot of things new. He learned all about my life. He learned all about the idea of my culture's not really all that different from his. Like, we're both human beings. He never tried to quote anything back. He learned that I actually knew just as much about the Bible as he did. Like our religious beliefs, they're not going to be all that different, are they? I'm just not going to be sitting there trying to cherry pick a few things to throw in someone's face because I don't like the race type deal. Like, the end of that, unlike a lot of things when I just talk about things on here where people go, I relate to that. The end of this one gets to end in this man's on his deathbed, and I'm upset because I respect him because he is proof in my life you can change at any age, no matter the hurdle that stands between you and the things that could make your life better, or the things that you could be better at that you know deep down you're not in the right. You might not believe the other side's in the right, but you also know that you are also wrong. He's living proof, and it's really upsetting to me that that living proof is dying. Because we became friends, and we started off as like enemies. Like, that's such a cliche thing to say. I only want to end it off by saying, like, would you guys like to hear things like that about my life? Is that something you actually would like to hear me put in videos, so that when I say, hey, I've dealt with racism before. In fact, I've got a video about that, actually, about like how that can turn out differently. I've dealt with it before, and then like, is that something you guys would want to hear? Because I've left out, I'm ending the stream because I'm out of breath. But like, is that something you guys would actually want to hear more of? Things that I can talk about, and things that don't end in just like, oh, that's relatable, but like there's something more to it. Because the end of that video simply has to go, like, the beginning and end have to be both bookended by the idea of, this man is now one of the men I respect most in this world. But it's not because we agree. It's because we learned to come to an understanding about the things we disagree on, and we both were able to admit where we were not in the right. We didn't have to sit there and over and over point fingers of saying, you're wrong, you're the one that's wrong for this, and he didn't have to sit there and point a finger at me and say, you're the one that's wrong for that. It was more of a conversation that it's how it started. The surprise of like, if we're going to get over this, we're going to have to learn about each other. The thing that floored me is the thing that made it so good. The thing that made it so that it was able to become something. I'm going to miss that man because he showed up to every single one of my son's ball games that he could. And he showed up to everything he could in my son's life, and he was there when I thought, when my son was born, he wasn't even going to be involved. And for me personally, he went from somebody who absolutely hated me because of my skin color to one of the only people I could trust, that if I truly need to go to another adult that's involved with my son's life, he will do his damnedest to work with me to make things better for the situation that might occur surrounding my son. And that is an accolade that I really can't give to any other family member on her side of the family, or in fact, in a lot of cases, I can't even give to her. because the difference is that my ex and I, we got divorced because we had our differences. With her father and I, we got to know each other because of our differences. That's a big difference. My ex and I got divorced because of our differences. I became a friend of somebody who I came to respect more than just about anyone else because we're different. Because we work through the idea of we're not going to see eye to eye. If our conversation starts off of meeting of the Tower of Babel and how races shouldn't mix, there's no way this is going to end on us being like twinsies. But when we sat down to have conversations, he listened. You know how rare it is? This is the relatable part everyone here can know. You know how rare it is to feel like someone just listened to you? Actually listened? You know how rare it is to know that you are putting everything on the line and you really need them to listen right here, right now about how much this matters to you, how much this affects your life, how much this is a non-stop, non-starter, you cannot get past this hump, and they sit there and actually listen, and instead of immediately getting defensive and going back on the attack, they actually sit there and listen and say, let me think about that. And instead of coming back to you after thinking about it, when you expect them to once again go at your throat, like how many people here have been able to experience that? Where you expect them to go at your throat and instead they come back to you and say, yeah, I'm sorry for that one. I'm sorry. Like they hear you and they go, yeah, judging you by your race was not, he's joked around of saying things like judging you by the race was not the best thing I've done. And he jokes about it, but yet still he means it. But we talked. He heard me. That's what I'm missing when he dies. And that's what tears me up. How many people here feel like how many people here in the last half year felt like they had a conversation where the other person actually heard them and didn't attack them or get defensive? Instead, just listened, took in what you had to say, internalized it, turned it around, and actually did with the information what you hoped and wished they'd do with the information. In the last half, let's extend it to the last year. How many people have had that experience? Where you had a conversation with somebody else, where you were definitely on two different sides of the fence. You were definitely, it could have been an argument, and instead they listened to you, they heard it out. Where they could have been argumentative, they went silent. They basically took notes about the whole thing, and when they came back, instead of trying to be defensive once again or finding counterattacks or finding ways to down you, instead they will go, yeah, I see where you're coming from now. And then they come to you about, I see where you're coming from. I can see that no matter who you are, that can be hurtful. As I go through my life, this is what I deal with. And then I get to sit back and listen to what he's going through. And he tells me about his upbringing. He tells me about his family. He tells me about how everything he's been raised for and how he's believed things and how he's done everything. And I got to honor the idea that he listened to me by sitting back and listening to him. And everything he started saying by like halfway through the conversation started making me angry. I remember that. Oh, YouTube, don't do this right now. Really? This is the time? This is really? This is where YouTube draws the line in the sand and goes, there ain't no way you're doing that. Ah. Yes, buffering. Yeah, YouTube doesn't like this one. Ah. It's not gonna let me finish it. I'm gonna have to save it for a video. YouTube has put the hard brakes on this one. Can they stop for a second? Okay. So I have it back. Is back. For the moment. Did everyone like that buffer? Thank you once again, Vamp. Holy crap, that buffer was hard. No, it's finally smooth. That was a hard stop buffer. That was a hard stop buffer. That is, I'm gonna tell you right now, that buffer means that I'm making the video. Thank you, Vamp, so much. I'm not gonna attempt the overlords anymore. They don't like this. All right, fine. I'll move it. It means that probably somebody reported this stream. So I'm gonna wrap it up for tonight because my numbers are only stable because I changed my IP address connected for this. But I see the drop frames are starting again. YouTube is hard stopping this. Yeah. They're gonna shut this right back down if I go back. So I'm gonna say really quickly before they can shut it right back down. Yeah. I'm gonna miss that, man, because and I'm gonna talk about it later because you guys should hear about success stories when I tell about things in my life, not just when I have to post videos when I say everyone's sick and dying. I should tell you, well, one of those people dying actually turned out to be a pretty great grandfather to my child, and he started off as a racist bastard. How did that happen? I should talk about that. I'm gonna turn it off before they oh, they're shutting me back down again. Yep. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm gonna go try to breathe because I'm out of air. I'm gonna post a static video on this topic and script it, and YouTube can suck it. And I'll talk to you guys to the next one really soon because my bitrate is going down like slowly. I'm watching it go down. It's about to drop back off. Bye. God, why YouTube? This was a good thing.